Hey, what is up, guys? Steve here, and it is time to start another stream. Today we have Psyduck in Generation 1. The Pokemon
And
that
me.
is... well, I mean, I was going to say, you know, special guests a little bit later, but yes, we've got special guest speedrunner 0218 with us.
Yay, I'm the special guest today.
The reason why he's a special guest is he's not actually competing in the run today.
Nope, I'm just here for emotional support. This thing will be bad.
Yes. Boy. You know, you never understand just how much you miss moves like Disable when you don't have it.
Jeez.
You can make fun of Focus Energy, Disable, all of them moves that do literally nothing. Like, there's good ones like Leer and Growl and whatnot. I mean, those are okay. But, like, the garbage ones, the ones that are like, oh, why does this even have it? Well, when you don't have it, it's so much worse because now you have nothing for Brock. Oh. You get
At least Disable could have helped for Brock, because I know if you disable him during bide and it disables bide, it like kind of soft locks him for a bit.
I mean, even if that wasn't a thing, just not being able to attack into bides is so much better than attacking into the bides on purpose.
That is true.
So, not a lot of people have recently done Psyduck. I tried to watch as much as I could. There was Retro Brown. His moveset wasn't the greatest, but he did come out with a video like 4 months ago or whatever. And he also did Underleveled. Plus, he doesn't really do real time at all. And then we had 2 videos by Gym Leader Matt, but one of them was Egg Move Psyduck.
Hey, you'll fit right in with your Gen 2 runs.
But it wasn't a Gen 2 run. It was a Gen 1 Egg Move run. He essentially decided that what if you were to do all of the breeding in Gen 2 and then transfer it to Gen 1?
You could do a similar thing with giving Abra the punches.
The weird thing is, though, he had 4 egg moves. I didn't know that was possible.
They would all have to come from the same father, but it is possible.
Oh, so you can actually breed more than 1 egg move?
They have to be from the same father, though. Like for example, a Pokemon can't have 2 egg moves if they come from 2 different fathers. Like, for example, let's just make this up. Let's say that Psyduck can get Rock Slide as an egg move from Golem, and it could get Earthquake as a egg move from Marowak. Obviously, it can't have both at the same time because it can't have 2 fathers, so it has to be one or the other. Does that make sense?
So the mother doesn't matter?
For passing down moves, no. Mother only matters for the species.
Okay, so essentially what you're saying is, in order for Gym Leader Matt to get that Psyduck correctly, he had to mate his Psyduck with a Slowbro. He had to mate it with another Pokemon, then mate it with another Pokemon, but then he had to mate that new mated Psyduck with the next Pokemon, so that way he can mate all of them on the father's moveset. Got it. Okay.
It's complex.
Now that we figured all of that out, we're not doing that. So
yeah, that's why it's a good idea for you to, like in Gen 2, you always limit it to 1, which actually makes sense.
So ours is just a normal Psyduck, which is so much worse. And Gym Leader Matt did come out with a video from literally 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So that's the kind of material I'm going to be working with as far as what do I think I should do from my mentors, aka everybody else. So basically, there's not a lot. There's really not a lot. The only thing that I did learn is that Retro Brown was wrong for removing Dig. That makes Agatha a living nightmare. Other than that, the one thing that I found weird was Gym Leader Matt used Seismic Toss on some of the Elite Four members' Pokemon, which I found interesting. I don't really know if I'm going to be doing that.
You know what he used them on?
No.
So I know I've had a couple of runs where Seismic Toss was good, but the most notable case was Abra and Alakazam. Because for Alakazam on some fights, Seismic Toss would do more than Body Slam. But for Psyduck, I'm not so sure how it'll help. Unless maybe for Agatha if you deleted Dig, but I'm not sure why you would want to delete Dig.
No, I don't remember. All I remember was his moveset was basically Blizzard, Surf, Dig, and Seismic Toss for most of the league. And then I want to say he swapped out Seismic Toss for Mimic on the champion so he can mimic Recover. Somebody did that. Both of the runs are kind of blending themselves together. Regardless, this Pokemon is going to be rough. And we didn't even spend enough time on Brock, but I think level 1 Scratch and level 28 Tail Whip says enough. I can't even remember the last Pokemon that had a moveset like that we did. I mean, I'm literally looking at the list of Pokemon. I can't remember the last one that had one move where you had to brute force Brock without pretty much him using Bite at all.
I don't remember either.
Anyways, first run, I'm going to go ahead and say 135, mostly because it's going to be over 30 minutes for Brock. And then after that, we're going to make loads and loads of mistakes after Brock. And I just don't know what the mistakes are going to be yet. But the second run, I'm sure will be a lot more polished than the first run.
I might do what you did with me all the time. I'm voting over for the first run.
I made it 135. It would instantly make it
Over.
the 103rd ranked Pokemon if it was over.
Fun fact about me, the footage doesn't exist anymore, but a super long time ago, I attempted a Psyduck solo speedrun in Red and Blue. I remember Brock being super bad. It was like a speedrun where I could use items and stuff, but I remember Brock specifically was so bad, even with potions. But I don't remember what I did from there. It was so long ago.
Well, I can tell you right now exactly what we're gonna be doing. Brock is the one who's figured out. Everybody else is not. Brock is get to level 20 and pray.
Why?
Both.
Would you at least try it at like level 18, or is 20 needed?
No, 20 is the minimum.
Really?
Minimum. And the reason why is I think Retro Brown beat Brock at level 20 with 1 HP to spare. And I believe Gym Leader Matt also beat Brock at level 20 with like 3 HP to spare. It's basically for HP reasons. Obviously, damage rounding helps, but the HP alone is already like on the verge of just not being enough. And also, newsflash, that was still like loads and loads of resets. Like Gym Leader Matt only showed like 6 or 7 of them. So there could be more. And he did it based on game time. So who knows how many it could have been. Regardless, we should probably go ahead and get started. I'm just going to go bring up the poll just to see what the nicknames for today are going to be. Oh, we only got 2 comments. We got Prototype saying Psy me. And we got Boss KO saying ibuprofen.
Get it, because it has a headache.
Yeah, I got it. Speaking of, I also have a headache and I should probably take some Advil. I am, for the first time in several in like a decade, slightly sick. Just because, I don't know, like my nose is a little stuffy. I feel pretty hot. And I've coughed a little bit. That's as sick as I get. That is the most sick I have been since Literal middle school. All right. Swap over. Start the vertical as soon as I refresh.
I forgot to start the vertical on my last stream.
Yep, I heard about that from you.
I think the listing is still up. I better take it down.
All right. Welcome everybody on the vertical stream. Today we are playing Psyduck in Generation 1. This run is going to be horrifically bad, so stay tuned. Make sure you get yourself something to drink. We have a very long grind session for Brock ahead of us, so you don't need to be fully tuned in for the next 30-ish minutes as we get ready for Brock.
Ouch.
Oh yeah, it might be more than 30 minutes. Gym leader Matt, he only shows game time, and his game time was 2 hours and 20 minutes. So that alone,
that is impressive for a Psyduck.
that alone is 35 minutes real time, but that does not count resets. It could be 1 hour. Oh crap, I forget how to spell ibuprofen. I need to bring up the post again.
You changed the emulator colors.
I sure did. And I think I did a pretty good job at this one. All right, Is there really a U in ibuprofen?
I think it's pronounced ibuprofen.
Oh. This is the longest I have ever spent on a name before. That was a really long time to type that out. All right, please let us win this first one. No growl. Wow, he didn't use growl even once.
4-turn rival fight. That is rare.
Luckily, none of it particularly matters.
Do you think if you have to train to that high of a level, will you at least do the optional rival later?
Yeah, I'll do it at like 18.
Makes sense. Or wait, you don't have to train to level 20 for Brock. How much XP does the junior trainer give?
409. I always do him right before.
Yeah, so just be 19 and less than 409 from the next level up.
Yeah, I always do that. On the ones where I have to do a lot of
That's something I
training.
need to start doing. That's something I need to start doing.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of the other solo runners, they battle like the trainers like immediately. I don't understand why. I battle the trainers literally last. If I have to train to like 15 or like 18 or whatever, something that's like gonna take a really long time, I battle them like last because I'm like, oh, if I battle them at level 6, they're gonna take like 20 turns and possibly a whole last minute. And if I battle them at 18, they're going to be one-shots.
I think that's just because people have the impression that the trainers give better XP, therefore you want to fight them first. But
I think they just
I've
take
started
too
to
long.
learn that if you have to train to a high level, it is better to fight the trainers later when you can beat them quicker. Because trying to beat those bug catchers at like level 7 is straight up hard.
Okay, I have a second opinion. If you do battle them early, battle the first one. Don't battle the second one, the one with Kakuna.
Oh, yeah, that one's bad.
Oh, great. I have to use the antidote. Oh, if I even win at all.
I would have at least like gotten to level 7 first before I attempted that guy.
I always just attempt him as early as humanly possible because I really need access to this center when I have a grind going. I figured, it's a Weedle. No matter what, you have to be like, it's still a Weedle.
True, but then if you die, you'll have to start over and you'll waste 3 minutes.
I missed it. Did I win?
What do you mean, did you win?
Well, that I must have gotten a crit because, like, how in the world could I have done so much damage? That thing still had a third of its HP left.
Oh, you're talking about the opponent. Okay.
Yeah, the Metapod had like a third of its HP left, and then next thing I know, it was dead. You know, I never really considered Psyduck like even close to fast. I kind of like just lumped it in with, like, you know, Paris and whatnot, but 50 speed is shockingly right there with Machamp. Machamp has 55.
I won't complain about that because I had to do some solo runs recently that I just edited together where I had to be happy to get 39 speed instead of 35. Because I was running Quagsire and Gastrodon in Heart Gold. I have those videos going out next week. Quagsire had 35 base speed, and can you imagine a run where the entire game you have to be focused on speed EVs? Because if you get too little, the run ends up being impossible.
Yes, I have done that.
that run. I hated that run. But then when
it's
Gastrodon got...
It's called Dratini.
Oh, yeah.
No,
then,
no! Okay. Wasn't paying attention.
I think you should just count that as a reset. Now that Pikachu's the champion.
Yeah, that Pikachu is the champion. I wasn't
You
paying
better go
attention.
find it.
How dare that Pikachu just show up and use Thunder Shock and knock me out? I had like 2 more Metapods worth of HP left. No, Prototype. My rule for nicknames is I always go with the shorter nickname second. Now, it doesn't really make a huge difference having a shorter name, but when you have fast text speed, it does make a difference. Not a big one, but a difference.
Yeah, so what I was saying was when I did Gastrodon next and I saw it had 39 speed, it made an immediate world of difference because I didn't have to focus on speed as much. Like 4 extra stat points made such a difference to me.
Yeah.
And that was 39, so 50 speed seems good to me.
So I've been struggling with this idea. So John was like, "So you're just done with Gen 2?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm probably done with Gen 2 until I'm done with Gen 1." And then I kind of have to decide if I want to do Gen 2 differently from now on. So I rewatched one of our streams with Scott recently, and in the moment I couldn't tell, but it definitely sounded like Scott was really not happy about the shiny thing.
He did mention his concerns with some of it.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that even though all my leaderboard stuff have to do with the old shiny rule, I'm thinking about going back to normal.
Maybe here's one thing you could consider. I don't know if you'll like it, but maybe just not do Gen 2 until you finish Gen 1. And maybe when you get back to Gen 2, just reset the whole series.
No,
just
well,
make your
and the times are going to be
invalid.
there. I mean, I'm not going to consider DVs that important. Yeah, technically, for instance, like Snorlax would probably save 3-4 extra minutes if I played the normal version of Crystal, but you know what? It is what it is. I'd save 5 minutes just from playing better. I think that DVs are less impactful than just being a better player. So I just leave the leaderboard the way it is.
I get that, but if you start adding new things to the leaderboard and the new thing didn't have to deal with shininess, the results aren't comparable anymore.
They are. I mean, it's the same game. Just made it slightly harder.
Well, the shinies made the game take like 10 minutes longer.
We're not comparing, like, let's say Emerald versus Ruby and Sapphire. We're comparing Crystal versus Crystal with slightly different DVs. We didn't change any teams. We didn't change any moves. We didn't change the amount of text boxes in the game. We made them slightly different. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that's
Okay, yeah.
so little of a factor. I'm not gonna do a new leaderboard.
Well, technically, if the enemy's Pokemon had their DVs changed, they are different teams.
I think some
'Cause
battles would require slightly more training. Some battles require slightly less. I don't really consider it that big of a deal.
I mean, it's up to you, but I
Some
mean, you don't have to do those Pokemon again. But I was just suggesting maybe you want to either rework the leaderboard or just eliminate it entirely.
there's too many
Just make a new
Pokemon
one.
on the leaderboard, and the game is just not that different.
It's just, I guess, if you don't care about having a true like
Let's put it
fair
this way:
comparison.
if the DVs were different, and I were to do Ho-Oh back then with the improved, easier DVs, I'm pretty sure me playing Ho-Oh right now would destroy that easier game. Experience over difficulty, I think. Experience is more of a factor to getting a better time than difficulty.
Well, it's not also just the difficulty. It's just whenever you did battles, all those shiny frames wasted time. So that does add
True.
that does add bloat. One idea I have is maybe you should do two. Maybe you should run one Pokemon twice, one with shinies and one without, and see what the difference is, and then you can adjust your leaderboard accordingly.
Ooh,
Like if the shiny frames ended up costing like 4 minutes, you can just subtract 4 minutes off of everything.
you're right. I can do an RBY style video where I give Mewtwo 255 base stats and play the game.
Yeah, make the runs. Yeah, make the runs completely like
At that
like
point, it's not
same,
Mewtwo anymore. That's just psychic typing 255
That's-
base stats.
It's Mew 3.
No, but I mean, he did the same thing with like Magikarp. It's like at that point, it's not actually Magikarp. It's water typing with tackle versus the game.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Just get a completely maxed out Mewtwo, do the game once with shinies, one without, and see what the difference is. Like what I did when I went from 4 times game speed to 3 times for my official videos. I had to like see what the overall like difference was with the times, and then I could adjust things accordingly. I mean, it doesn't really matter anymore because I replayed most of those runs anyway, but that's what I did initially.
Yeah, I'm never going to replay those runs until all of the rest of the runs are done first, just like I'm doing with Gen 1. Oh,
I'm looking forward to you having to do first stages in Gen 2.
You got a really bad... I might actually not do that for Gen 2 because of how bad these Gen 1 runs are going, but I will definitely still do all of the fully evolved. So like Ditto and Eevee are still going to be there. Oh god, I'm not looking forward to like Tyrogue.
Yeah, Tyrogue is bad. I don't even think its egg moves are good.
Are
you still gonna allow egg moves?
Well, of course. Part of the game.
Yeah.
The only thing that's gonna be actually different, and you can make an argument, and your argument would be correct, would be that technically after I get rid of the shininess, the hidden power is going to change from dragon to dark, and that will technically change the game.
But how many Pokemon ended up using HP Dragon? And also, HP Dark, I think, is one of the worst hidden powers. It only really helps with Morty.
So I already have a rule.
Entirely?
I already have a rule on what Pokemon use Hidden Power Dark. The only Pokemon that use Hidden Power Dark are ones that have a high special attack stat that do not get an ice move. Those two things have to be met in order for me to use Hidden Power Dark. Oh, and actually, not only does it have to have a high special attack, it also has to have a low physical attack. That matters too, because if it has a high physical attack and a high special attack, return is just as good. So there have only been a few Pokemon that have met this criteria. I know Houndoom was one of them. I can't remember the other, but there was a second. But there's only been, I think, 2 Pokemon that have met my hidden power criteria.
I mean, would you ever allow just having whatever hidden power you want?
No.
That's just something you don't like?
Changing my Pokemon's DVs. This is why I'm actually kind of weirded out that Scott allows it too, because Scott's all about the consistency, and the consistency says keep them all at 15. So that's why I'm surprised he even allows it.
I think it's just because if he doesn't, some Pokemon would just be extremely bad, like coughing.
I also think that the having a universal move means that there can be a lot of mean comments about why didn't you try this hidden power? Why didn't you try this hidden power? And it's like, well, I don't have 2 hours to try out this one move change. If it's always one move, then at least for then just everyone knows and accepts it. Think about it. And then if hidden power is always dark, it's just better Pursuit. Pursuit's the one you get in the Rocket hideout, right?
That's Thief.
Thief, right. Better Thief.
Pursuit and Thief, I think, are the same base power.
That's why I get them confused all the time.
I mean, you used to get confused Pursuit with Feint Attack. You thought Pursuit was the no-miss move.
When you're talking about a move you literally never use, and there's only like 2 dark moves, I'm sorry if I get them confused.
It's okay.
Actually, I think there's 4. Those 3 in Crunch. Crunch is the only one I've ever concerned myself with. I just looked over to figure out what song we were on, and they're all in Japanese.
Yeah, the website I got those from, whoever uploaded the tracks left them in their Japanese names. It's kind of annoying. But this is the Bell Tower. No, Bell Tower. This is the Sprout Tower.
Yeah, I was like, this, I can't put my finger on it. I know what it is, but I can't figure it out. I was like, it could be the Kimono Girls. But no. Yeah, Lost V, it's hard, it's difficult to figure out the rules, because the other thing is, you know, I don't want to be different than Scott. In fact, I want to be almost exactly the same as Scott. I want people to actually compare my runs to Scott. Problem is, Scott gets annoyed at the littlest things and then he changes them to make them not Pokemon anymore. And I can't do that, nor do I want to do that. Mount Moon in Gen 1 and Spinners in Gen 2. I can't do that, nor do I want to do that.
I wouldn't. I mean, in my opinion, the reason I like to allow custom hidden powers, it just gives each Pokemon just more strategies, because technically, I still think hidden power can be a consistent thing because everybody can learn it. It's just some Pokemon can use it differently.
I really, really like how both Scott and I are actually almost identically as good in Red and Blue right now. And his new Red and Blue live streams are kind of proving it. He's beaten me technically on Ghastly and Butterfree, but he beat me by 1 minute, aka Mount Moon. So we basically tied each other in Butterfree and Ghastly already.
I just don't like how he catches Geodude and Bellsprout instead of Paris. Like, you gotta go with Paris, you know?
But I like how consistent the game is technically. 'Cause I did 2 runs and I came up with a time similar to Scott. He did 2 or 3 runs and he came up with a run that was consistent with mine. I was most impressed with Butterfree because technically I have not watched anybody play Butterfree. I have not played Butterfree myself in almost 3 years, and somehow we came up with a very, very similar Butterfree time. Boy, it's starting to look like I was really, really overestimating the 30 minutes. It might be more than 30 minutes just to get to Brock.
I mean, you're almost there.
No. Everyone knows that every level that you get is like half of all of the previous levels combined. Oh my god, I one-shot that Pikachu. Nice. Good thing it was struggle. Had that extra 10 power. Anyways, this weekend I did absolutely nothing. I literally watched murder shows all weekend. Like I left the bed so little that when I did eventually get out of the bed, my entire body was still kind of like aching from not being used. So that's what football has caused. There's been no football, so there's no reason to get out of bed anymore.
Man, you're lazy.
No reason to wake up on the weekend anymore. Now I just sleep until like 3 or 4 p.m. Catch up on all the sleep that I stole during the week because my body keeps track. Oh, you're saying you got 3 hours of sleep last night? Oh, well, you're going to gain those 3 hours this weekend. That's for sure. That's how my body does. It spites me. Oh, anyways, I've decided now is the time everybody has been waiting for.
Time to stop the ghosts that are coming through?
Yes, definitely. Gotta stop all those ghosts, especially now that I finished off Ghastly. That last ghost is out of the room.
Mm-hmm.
But, what I mean is, now that football is over, and I'm really not doing anything on the weekends anymore, I may, and since a lot of people don't seem to be streaming with us currently anymore, aka Scott stopped, and we're down to once a week with either the new guy or Ike, I might go down to 1 run a week and then that run and start editing videos. I haven't finished the last 4 Nuzlocke, but I think I might just start editing before then.
Well, that'll be nice.
Yeah, well, unlike you, I'm not gonna release them immediately after I'm done with them. I'm gonna hold on to them a little while when they're done.
Nope.
I don't know when I'm gonna release them.
Kind of like how TV shows are made. Like they make the entire season at once and then they release it once a week.
Yeah, I'm not sure when I want to release them, because as far as I can tell, both Scott and J-Rose, they release basically all their videos in December. Obviously, J-Rose does it more in December, and Scott continues releasing them not in just December, but all the time.
Let's maybe around like springtime or something when people are on spring break.
Well, I mean, so there's 2 time periods. I know one of them is December. I don't remember the second one. I want to say the second one was July. I don't
Yeah,
know if I'll
that
be
can also work.
done. I don't know if I'll be done by July, but it will definitely be something to shoot for. The other thing is, though, I also don't want to put it together quickly. I want to watch a lot of other people's Nuzlocke videos, see what works and what doesn't. There's a guy named Sylph Spectre that's like all he does is Nuzlocke videos, and he does them in all the different games. And he's very popular, so I will definitely model my video slightly after his. But the problem is, I think he's funny. I'm not funny. Not funny enough, but I'll definitely try. To see what works with him. I know Scott did 1 or 2 Nuzlocks. I know one of them was like a ghost Nuzlocke, I think.
Scott did like a generic Nuzlocke.
Yeah, and then I know Van Man did one. There's some other random people with one. I want to see what Chaotic Meatball does. I want to see what all of the people are doing, and then take what I like and ditch what I don't. Obviously, the rules aren't going to change because they're literally all recorded already. But I want to see what they do for the. I'm especially curious to see what everyone did for their rules. Oh, Squidgy's also released a bunch too.
Maybe, but I don't watch his stuff.
Yeah, but I'll start watching the Nuzlocke. I'm very interested. But I'm very curious to see how much time people dedicate to the rules. I'm also gonna still stream around the same time as the Nuzlocks, and I'm going to beg every single person to put that video on. And please like it. Please. And then let the video run. Like it will be a big deal to me.
Do you do it with my videos, Steve?
I would if you asked me to, and I plan on asking everybody on my Discord to watch it, like it, and also share it to me on Discord. I don't think YouTube cares who you share it to, so I don't care if you share it to me. At least that's what I think. I don't know if YouTube cares, but I think YouTube probably registers that the share button has been clicked.
Maybe, because I know YouTube tracks that stuff. Around once a week or once a month, I will get my weekly and monthly recap. It does tell me the number of times my stuff's been shared, so it does keep track of it.
Right. So I'm definitely going to ask everybody to have liked the video, have at least let it run with or without sound. I don't particularly care. I don't know if it affects anything, but with or without sound. Damn, level 19. I still can't knock out a Metapod. And
trying to emulate the popular kids stuff.
And share.
I mean, nowadays.
Also comment.
Sorry for interrupting.
Big deal to comment.
Oh,
I very, very much want people to comment. That is probably the most different thing between my videos and everybody else's videos is that nobody comments on mine. Like when I say nobody, I mean like three comments, like the whole entire video.
Yeah, okay. Funny thing with my videos, they do pretty okay with the views and likes and stuff, but the comments are usually pretty low. I can always count on a few people though.
Yeah, I really feel like comments are incredibly important. Again, all you have to do is ask. I am very lazy. I don't do things on my own. I don't watch anybody else's videos. Anybody. It's like when my grandmother complains that I don't talk to her anymore. I don't talk to anybody. I don't call my parents. I don't call my brother. I don't have IRL friends that I call anymore. She's not special. I'm not talking to her the same way I'm not talking to anybody else. So unless you ask me to do something, then I don't expect it from me.
Okay then.
But if you ask, I'll do it. Problem is you have to ask every time. I saved, right?
All right, then I'll keep a note of that. Would I have to ask you to comment too?
Yes.
Would I have to ask you to give me a $10 donation?
Well, money. I don't part from money very easily.
No, you do not. It takes a lot in you just to gift someone a $5 game on Steam that's on sale.
I only do it to Angel because he literally is the poorest person I've ever met. I didn't get a single crit on that Geodude. That was very disappointing.
I am currently blacking out to a rock type gym leader right now.
I got a crit on Onyx. Oh no! At least he had the decency to knock me out with tackle. That's impressive. I got all the way down to struggle, and I'm like, oh my god, I have a chance to win. And then I saw my PP was at 1, and I'm like, oh no, there's no chance. I mean, Lost V, we're a long way. Long way. I haven't even started on the videos. I haven't even started researching the video, like what I want to do for the videos. I might start some point this week during all my free time at work. That was the other thing. The last 2 weeks at work, everybody was sick. Like, my department, some of the days, I shit you not, one of the days, there's 4 people in our department. I was the only one there. One of the days. And then all last week, there was 2 people. And the previous week, there was only 3 people. Just everybody got sick this week. Or the last 2 weeks. Which is ironic because now I'm slightly sick this week.
I know one of the guys at my job, he was out sick because of a cold for like a week and a half. And then when he came back, he was suddenly wearing a hoodie over his head and wearing like one of those winter hats, trying to stay warm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he doesn't normally wear that stuff.
I always wear a hoodie with the hood on at work. Oh my god. Got 3 crits on this Geodude. This is the attempt. Question is, how many bides is Onyx gonna use? Well, there's 1. Oh, that's a 3 turn. That's not good. Oh, there's another bide. Are you kidding me? Are all of my crits gonna be removed? Because, oh my god, he's going for another bide. Oh, I'm so doomed. Okay, now bide. Now bide. Yes, yes, I did it. Woo! 31-minute Brock. We did it.
Good job. You want a trophy?
Yes. I need a trophy to commemorate the day we beat Brock with only scratch. Save. We're not losing to Caterpie Weedle, Caterpie guy. Then go back to Brock.
That's Brock 2.0.
Okay, I can't be too confident. I remember Gym Leader Matt, despite being level 20, actually lost to one of the trainers here. I don't remember which. I think it was that Rattata.
If I had to take a guess, it might have been the Ekans kid.
Yeah, the second trainer, that one, you know, sometimes they get you with like Leers or whatever, or just rat blocks.
Yeah, Boss KO trying to emulate the popular kids. That's pretty much one of the only ways to really get anywhere, like on YouTube nowadays. You have to, there's a lot of other bigger creators that have made success, and you have to look at what they did, take notes, and try to emulate it. But obviously, don't be a literal ripoff. That'll be noticeable. Like, take notes.
Good example, M. Tiberius. He stopped doing solo runs and started doing his own thing, and he started to take off. His own thing is doing well.
Well, He does solo. He does a yellow solo run once a week.
Yeah,
But
yeah, but
mainly
he
does
got
ROM.
popular because of the other thing.
Yeah, he did a lot of Fire Red Kaizo and Unbound. I think
Yeah,
it was the ROM hack.
I've been doing this for 3 years and I haven't gotten very far, despite the content definitely getting better. So
It's because you haven't edited a video in over a year.
I will agree that that is part of it.
Although my channel, throughout the 6 or 7 months when I wasn't doing content, it was still growing, but at like a slow pace. But I think it was still outgrowing your channel just because I did streams way more often than you did.
You also have like a shitload of view time. It's almost like that one game
People
you play,
wanna stay
Conquest,
tuned in.
that Pokemon Conquest. You must get a lot of time from that one, right?
Pretty much, yeah. That video is approaching close to 7,000 views, I think.
No, but I'm not talking views. I'm talking view time. Because it's a long
Oh.
stream, and if somebody is interested in it, they're gonna watch the whole thing.
I agree with that.
Because your view time is like off the hook.
Plus, a lot of people, I usually get around 8 to 12 people watch a stream the entire time, and that adds up.
But anyway, so I'm just trying to find my own thing. My own thing might be Nuzlocke. I might casually start doing this for fun, unless the was it the thing that Scott wanted to do, the new race format thing that we're not going to be sharing anything else other than that, unless Scott continues to move forward with that. But unfortunately, haven't heard anything from it in like 3 months.
I don't think we'll hear anything about it for the rest of the year unless we decide to do that. Decide to go do that ourselves.
Because he did well. I mean, if we do decide to do it ourselves, he's gonna need to give us that the code that he wrote, and also we're gonna have to send each other the videos and files, or the sound files and everything. Like Scott has all of that. We need it.
Yeah, but
unfortunately
I could easily replicate that.
I unfortunately do not have the coding skills to code replay files to work. That's some next level coding.
Maybe we don't need to like make it like literally like that, but we could just take notes on what he proposed and we just make our own version. Because like us doing that on our own would just be too much work, and it just wouldn't be worth doing.
No,
So
I think
we'll
we
have
just
to find
ask.
some
We
sort of
ask what he
balance.
wants to do with it. We tell him, hey, I can try to work on something. If you let me use your code, and then we can send it to him without like posting it or anything. That way we don't step on anybody's toes. But unless of course we start doing that, it might be Nuzlocke for the videos and the solo runs for fun. Want to try and figure out my thing, and who knows, maybe my thing is Nuzlocke. By the way, if I do Nuzlocke, the time Nuzlocke, you know how I doing the Nuzlocke based on time, speed based on speed. That's
Yeah,
only
I heard.
that's only gonna be Gen 1. I might branch off into the other games since speed won't be a factor. I might actually finish.
Honestly, Nuzlocke don't need to be a speed factor.
Yeah, but Gen 1's so easy that I figured I needed to add something to make it a bigger deal. Wow, Pidgeotto Sand Attack missed. That was lucky. I'm terrified of that Bulbasaur later. I hate how Venusaur always lives one Blizzard. Why can't Venusaur ever get one shot with Blizzard?
That's not a Venusaur.
Eventually It'll be a Venusaur.
Well, I mean, Venusaur itself has 100 special.
Huh. I don't understand why my special attack and my physical attack are so close in value right now. I mean, if I recall, my physical attack is higher than my special attack, and then there's the badge boost on top of it. I feel like there should be like a 10-point discrepancy at the least. Oh well. All right. We're about to start getting into the territory that I like deeming, if you can one shot, then one shot. I don't know how many other people do this, but if you have a bad Pokemon and it needs training at some point in the run, my rule is if you can one shot, then one shot.
Get it.
Well, because if you can one shot, then it's fast. Not all the training in the game is one-shottable.
Sense, yeah.
So if you have a Pokemon that might have a hard time with that training, aka ours, because it's not like there's an abundance of fire Pokemon around I could just knock out with Surf. Then like Ear and Rock Tunnel. Oops, wrong move. I should really use more knock out more rock Pokemon. I don't know what this Pokemon is, or this music is, but it does not sound like Pokemon to me.
I think this is from the Game Corner. Yeah, this is from the Japanese Heart Gold Soul Silver Game Corner. Because obviously, like in the English and European versions, they have Voltorb Flip, but in Japan, they still had the old-fashioned coin slot machines, and the music was different. That's what that is.
I have one of those in my parents' basement.
A slot machine?
Yeah.
Nice.
My parents used to use it to reward us for good grades.
You get to gamble.
you bring back an A. We got 50 slot machine coins. Although we had like a can that we'd have, so we give my parents the A and they give us the coins, and then we'd use the coins in the slot machine, and then they were gone.
Did you ever win anything?
Well, I mean, you win coins.
What kind of coins?
We actually found out Chuck E. Cheese coins worked in the slot machine. So Chuck E. Cheese coins.
You know what's funny? When I used to go there for birthday parties as a kid, I don't know if you did this, but would you ever look under the arcade machines to try and find loose coins when you were out?
Oh, now you're speaking my language. You know how cheap because I am. This is a Steve thing. Yeah. Everyone and no one can disagree. Like, everyone knows this is something exactly I would do. Yes, this is what I would do.
Like
I have another layer on top of this looking under the machine thing, I can tell you.
I was just gonna say I would do it because I knew if I had went back to my mom and said I'm out of coins, she would try and make us go home. But if I always had coins, I could keep playing as long as I could.
Yeah, but there's another layer. There's another layer on top of this this coin thing. All right, so my parents would always print out these things from the Chuck E. Cheese website, and what they would do is they would give you 15 free coins or whatever if you cleaned your room 2 weeks in a row. My mom didn't care about the cleaning your room thing. She just put an X on every single day, and then she'd take it to Chuck E. Cheese for both me and my brother. So we'd start out with 15 free coins, and we'd just purchase 0 coins. Then we would go in there and look under the machines. So we actually went to Chuck E. Cheese for free. We didn't
Some
spend money at Chuck E. Cheese. That's
rigging the system. Exactly.
exactly. That's what we did. And
Probably
then we
why they ended up switching to
and don't get me started on
the card.
the food. We never got to eat the food there because my parents like this food is double the price of normal food.
That food was disgusting even as a kid.
Really? I went there as an adult once and I thought it was okay. I thought it was pretty cheap, like a Little Caesars kind of cheap, but
The pizza tasted like frozen pizza.
Oh,
I actually
yeah.
saw pictures online that they would take like the leftover slices of pizza and then make a new pizza.
that's wrong. That's undoubtedly wrong. I watched a video from what was it called? The Food Theory. You know, you can trust that channel. Anyways, turns out the reason why those pizzas are Frankensteiny, you've heard of a pizza cutter, right?
Yeah.
Because there's such safety regulations at Chuck E. Cheese, the pizza cutters are dull as F. And apparently they were so hard to cut pizzas with that they would shake the pizza left and right just to cut the pizza, and therefore it would make Frankenstein pizzas.
So it would look like they were from separate pizzas.
Yes, because they were so hard to cut.
Oh, okay. I never knew that.
Oh wow.
But yeah, there's actually in about an hour and 20 minutes from me in one of the nearest cities. There's this. It's sort of like an arcade / indoor water park. It's a place called Triple Play, and that place is really fun to go to. I used to take my ex there a few times. I think I went there on my own once. The whole arcade section was really nice, and it was really cheap compared to Dave & Buster's. Like I've actually been to a Dave & Buster's in California once. The games there were so freaking expensive. I actually looked at one of the machines that I knew was at the Triple Play one, so I can compare prices. At Dave & Buster's, let's just say there was a game machine, right? And then it said for one play, it was like $4.30. But then at Triple Play, that same game for one play would be like $1.30.
Yeah, but the prizes you can win at Triple Play, were they cheaper?
I mean, I will admit they weren't as good of a prize. It's like obviously there wasn't a PS5
that must be
as a
factored
prize.
into the actual price of the game is what you get after you play the game.
Probably true, yeah, but no one ever can win those things.
True.
Yeah, you'll
True.
end up spending $10,000 in game credits to win a PS5 profit.
PS5. They had those when I was a kid, or they had those.
Not at the Triple Play. I was talking at Dave & Buster's because
They had those at Dave & Buster's too, bro. When
Okay,
I
maybe
went to
I'm-
Chuck E. Cheese and
Okay,
whatnot,
Steve,
you know what
come
you will look forward to as the top prize?
the little wait, hold on. Let me try and remember what was the giant bags of cotton candy.
No, like the top prize at like
Aw.
the cart or at the game area was like what do you call it? Have you ever heard of a gumball machine?
Yeah.
Okay, well
I'm not that young.
I was just making sure they're being phased out. They're being phased out of a lot of places. Gumball machines are quite
You
rare.
Sure about that?
Anyways, it was a personal gumball machine, was like one of the top prizes. And then another one of the top prizes was like a Lego set. And the thing is, you could pay the difference. So like one ticket was 1 cent. So essentially, if you were to buy those like outright, they were like $50. Like $50 for like little $10 gumball machine.
Okay, so what I was gonna say is I never saw a PS5 at a Dave & Buster's, but I've seen some people online go to Dave & Buster's and there'd be like a Nintendo Switch for like 10,000, 20,000 credits or whatever it was.
Yeah, we grew up in the wrong
at my,
generation.
yeah, I remember at my at the Triple Play, the one I went to, I remember we ended up just saving up our points as we kept going there. And I remember one of the more expensive prizes we got, it was like a giant neon sign. There was one we got that said like princess on it. And I think it was like 6,000 credits, I think. And we ended up saving more, and I ended up getting another one that said man cave or game room, one of those two. But I never did hang it up, just because I don't want it on the wall because it reminds me of my ex. So it's currently in my car, and I'm trying to find an excuse to get rid of it or gift it away for Christmas or something. But there's some other really expensive prizes there too, like giant Lego sets, gigantic like Squishmallow plushes. I think there was also like some electronics too. Like I think one of the prizes I remember seeing was a giant like Bluetooth speaker. There was a giant like traffic light you could put in your room that just flashes between the colors, kind of like a lava lamp style.
Bro, I
And
think I grew up in the wrong
there was also
generation.
a drone.
The that all the stuff you're mentioning now are just so much better than the stuff that were available when I was a
Well,
kid. When I had a
dude,
kid, like it
they
was
were the
like
most
dolls
expensive
and garbage.
Oh, they still had balls and garbage. I was
No,
talking the expensive
dolls
prizes.
and garbage. Like little toy like figurines and dolls and like
They
like
still
G.I. Joes and crap.
They still had that. Like
Oh.
they all like the trip. I was talking the most expensive prizes. I'm not. The cheap prizes have remained the same for the last 20 years. Like at the triple play, there's a, like there's a huge like glass display. There's a lot of different like tiny drawer sections of all the different kinds of candy, tiny little like party favor type of plastic toys. And then for slightly more points, you could get like smaller-ish action figures. But yeah, all that stuff is still there.
Usually, whenever we went, the prize that we ended up getting was candy. So, in the end,
Yeah, that was what we got, yeah. The main thing I really looked forward to was the bag of cotton candy.
until I got good
Actually,
at skee ball. When I got good at skee ball, then the world was our oyster.
I still need to get better at skee ball. I think one of my personal best scores in a whole game is like 23,000.
Well, the what? Okay, your scoring
Like-
was differently than ours. Ours was the like the top one was like 100, and then like the top middle one was 50. Anyways,
like 50,
so the way it's
50?
supposed to work is you're supposed to get, you're supposed to get 100. So like if you were to go for the payout, all right, the payout would be 450 and you would hit the prize, like the ding 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 ding, and that was 450 points. Essentially what you would have to do in order to get that is get 4 100s and 4 10s.
Oh man, we definitely had a different scoring system. The skee balls that Triple Play had, like the top left and the top right holes, those are like the hardest ones to get to. At the machines that were there, those two holes were worth 10,000 each. And like the middle ones were like 2,000, 3,000. And I think the middle one was
It
like
sounds
5,000.
like your scoring is exactly the same as our scoring.
You said 50, and I thought you literally
add
meant 50.
2 zeros and we have the same numbers.
Dude, start saying 5,000. Don't say 50. That confuses me.
Well, no, I'm saying ours is 50. And yours was 5,000. That's just 2 extra zeros on the end.
Okay, I
Oh,
see what
Lost
you
V.
mean.
Yeah, we had a disco ball as well. Ours melted.
Ow.
What do you mean how? It melted. It
How do
got
disco
really
balls
hot.
melt?
We turned it on for like, 2 hours straight, and it got really hot and melted. And the worst part is, I think they did have a recall, but we threw it away before the recall was enabled.
Wait, so like it was an electronic one?
It was a disco ball. You plug it in, it spins. It has like little glass bulbs, or what do you call them? Little like pieces of colored glass on the edge of the thing. So that way the light bulb in the middle, it spins and it has got the different colored glass. So it makes, disco ball colors. Anyways, it had an overheating problem. The glass on the outside couldn't keep up with the heat the light bulb was putting out. Oh God, I don't want to talk about Captain Planet. Hate Captain Planet.
Isn't that the name? Or no, I was about to say, wasn't that the name of the place from Toy Story? But no, that's Pizza Planet. No,
No,
what's Captain Planet?
no, he's a superhero. He's the worst.
Should I be thankful I don't know who he is?
Yes, you've heard of Smokey the Bear, right?
Only you can prevent forest
Yeah,
fires.
but imagine you had Smokey the Bear, but instead of fighting forest fires, you're trying to make the planet more green.
Oh.
But imagine if they made him real douchey, a superhero, and have his own cartoon where he saves the planet. Oh my God, it was the worst.
Boss KO says, "Oh God, don't mention that guy."
I know. He's the worst. Nobody liked that guy. I don't know anybody who watched that show. I had to watch that show because it was on. Ironically, when I was like 5 or 6, I was a morning person. Now I'm the opposite of a morning person. I literally couldn't be further from a morning person. But I used to be a morning person at the age of like 5. Anyways, Captain Planet was on in the morning. Then after that, it was the show that I actually wanted to watch.
Oh, God.
There was a Toonami version of Power Rangers. I can't remember what it was called. I just got 10% confused. That's not cool.
That guy who's always super serial. That guy made Captain Planet.
Dang it, I can't remember what they're called. Oh, this is gonna hurt me not remembering what they were called.
Oh, Steve, I'm gonna mention this. You know how whenever I get like a Zigzagoon or something and it's holding something, you're like, oh hey, it's holding an item.
Yeah.
I'm currently having to fight every trainer to like get as much money as I can. You know what the Zigzagoon picked up, but I can't sell it? A protein. I would like that so bad, but I can't use it.
Jonathan and Boss KO, I'm saying it was literally like Power Rangers. Like it was like a ripoff of Power Rangers, but in space.
Space Rangers?
Like they had like Megazords and whatnot. It was on Toonami in the 90s. And it was on it was on Boomerang at some point. Oh my God, it's killing me inside. I just froze the victory bell. That was awesome. Voltron! There you guys knew. Voltron. Yeah, that was it. Voltron was cool.
The only thing I ever watched on Boomerang was the old Powerpuff Girls, the old Pokemon season, and what else? I think I watched 2 episodes of Dexter's Laboratory, but I wasn't really a fan of that show.
You guys hear this guy?
You heard me.
He's talking about shows that were on Cartoon Network. He's saying that we're on Boomerang.
Did that hurt you?
Yeah, because I have the same exact story, but a different show, a show that we all love. Pokemon. I watched Pokemon at Boomerang.
I mean, it was on Cartoon Network too, but the ones that were on Cartoon Network at the time were the Gen 5 series, but I don't think they ever existed.
Oh, no. See, here's the thing. The ones that were on Boomerang were Gen 1 episodes. The ones that were on Cartoon Network were the Gen 3 episodes. When I was a kid.
Actually, for me, they were the Gen 5 episodes.
Yeah, when I was a
Gen
kid.
6 ones.
Like, I remember turning on Cartoon Network, and there was still, like, Dawn or May or whatever, and they were just catching a Weasel. You know, those were the modern episodes when I was a kid.
Speed, quit making the rest of us feel old. Well, maybe you
he got enough of that last night. remember when the game we were playing last night was making fun of you for being like the youngest one in the group.
Oh yeah, the game was, yeah.
It's okay. You weren't as old as Angel, who we found out was born in 1866.
What's the actual year he was born?
1966.
That's the same year as my dad.
Interesting. My dad was born in 68. I'm probably playing this way too low of level.
No, John, Gen 4 exists. He's played it before. However, though, it went from 4 straight to 6. Right,
Exactly.
Steve?
Exactly.
How much money would I have to donate to you for you to do a Nuzlocke in a Forbidden Gen?
Probably $0, considering after I finish doing all the videos for the Gen 1 Nuzlocks, I'm probably just gonna do all of the gens like Sylph Spectre does. I'm just gonna straight rip off his channel.
Yeah, Nuzlocks for the newer games tend to be very successful, even for small channels.
I think
there was this one small
the
channel I
reason
used
why
to
is just
follow.
because the
He did,
variability of the amount of Pokemon that you can get. In this game, I have literally a list of all of the available Pokemon to me, and I get all of them.
That's bad. That is so bad.
What?
I was fighting some trainers, and I ended up blacking out, and I lost like $8,000. But I need all the money that is possible, and I'm kind of worried I'm not gonna have enough money.
John wants to argue that I've done Gen 3 already. He said I did Pokemon Stadium. Okay, well guys, let's watch ourselves get absolutely gobsmacked by Rival 5. We've done literally no training since Brock. Nothing. Oh my. Oh, this Gyarados is going very poorly. Somehow we're still in it. How in the world are we still in this? Nope. Okay. Okay, well, that was as much convincing as I needed. Oh, Lost V, I did watch Beetleborgs. They were at the time competing with Power Rangers, and obviously nobody knew who was going to be better. I also watched VR Troopers, which is again another Power Rangers kind of ripoff. They were all competing with each other, so no one actually knew which one was going to be the best. So, you know, you had to watch all of them. I still remember the theme song for VR Troopers was real catchy. VR, Troopers.
Never heard of it.
Well, of course you haven't. They never got past season 1. From like the 90s. Imagine Power Rangers, but instead they're wearing VR goggles.
I never... Okay, you may not like me for saying this, but I watched a few Power Rangers episodes and I wasn't really a fan.
It's a desired taste. If you don't like it, you don't like it. It is what it is.
Okay, you're not upset about that, but you're upset at me for not liking Dexter's Laboratory.
Well, I mean, the mom, you know? How can anybody dislike Dexter's mom? If you know
all I
what
remember is that there was Dexter and then his sister. I hated both of those characters. I thought they were both jerks.
Oh, Jonathan Hill is right. They weren't competing. They were all by the same company. They were all owned by Saban. You're right. I remember watching a documentary. That's the Bond guy. Boy, talk about the rich getting richer. Boy, he made some pretty good investments, and then he sold the company for a shitload of money, and then I think the company went under. they're not a thing. Oh, I don't think they went under. I think they got bought out because there's a difference, obviously. Are you saying that I should buy somebody else's YouTube account and start using it because it has more followers? Or I mean, subscribers? Unfortunately, I don't think that will work.
I have actually seen some channels end up going through that. And
Crap.
I've actually seen people with millions of subscribers sell their channels to some other people. And then when they started posting stuff, the channel lost like millions of subscribers and the views went down the toilet like real hard. I think the main example of this happening was the Smosh channel.
Oh, I love Smosh. They were literally the only YouTube channel I used to watch as a kid. And the reason why I used to watch them, they did Pokemon in real life videos. And I
saw that.
I loved those videos.
I saw that as a kid, yeah.
And I became a dedicated fan until they came out with Smosh games. I hated all the people that they added to the channel.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure the channel Smosh ended up being sold to some other people at some point.
Oh man, now I think about it, I remember exactly when I stopped watching Smosh. My first year of college.
Funny.
Well, actually, I had a was it my last ever Apple product that I owned? I had the iPad 3, and I was watching a Smosh video right before class was starting, and people were giving me a weird look, and then at that point I realized Smosh was over. Smosh was for children. And then I stopped watching Smosh.
One of my favorite Smosh videos was I don't remember what the video was called, but one of the guys like started playing Pokemon Blue or something, and he became so obsessed with trying to catch them all, he just ignored his real life. Or something like that. I can't remember what the video was called. But that one was really funny. Hey Steve, I've been picking up so many items. I actually got a Gen 3 "Your bag is full" message.
Whoa. I've gotten a Gen 2 "Your bag is full" message before. It happens when you start picking up berries and X defends. I can't believe I forgot to teach Surf this whole time. My primary attacking move, I wasn't even using it. This electrode right here, I have a disdain for that electrode. Ever since it ended my furthest attempt at a Dragon Nuzlocke. I got past all of the hard parts of the Dragon Nuzlocke. And then that electrode had the gall to self-destruct crit and knock out my Dragonair. So mad. Kid you not, that was the last run I ever did. That pissed me off so much. It took me like 20 or so attempts to get past Rival 3. That self-destructing dick. Had to ruin everything. Okay, well, you know, we're 7 levels higher. Let's see how the rival goes now. I don't know what we're gonna do if we have a hard time with the rival here. Might have to go like the fighting dojo. Oh wait, I forgot. We have a water Pokemon. I could go do Blaine. Oh, that's stupid. Okay, well, if we lose this attempt, we'll go to Blaine. I honestly probably should have did that before the training in here. Wow. No Razor Leaf. Love it. Exactly, Lost V. Dexter Laboratory was a great show.
Yeah, your bag can get full in Gen 3 because the regular items bag can still only hold up to 20 items. But the reason people don't notice is because the
They're
key
in
items and TMs are
categories.
separated. Yeah. Want to support the channel? Consider becoming a member.
I figured out how to get that to work. Turns out there needs to be a minimum amount of messages reached within a certain time frame. So I think I have it set at like 10 messages in a 10-minute time period or 15-minute time period or whatever. So I think I finally hit that. If you don't reach that goal, then it won't put the message out until you do reach it. Okay, we're probably going to play this in a different order next run, but the important thing is we somehow beat Rival 5 after all that training. What was my over-under? 135? Not gonna lie. I have no idea if we're gonna be able to beat that.
I have no idea if I may have to consider ending my run here. Because I think that Blackout losing me $8,000 might have just been the end of it, because I'm trying to get money to buy a Game Corner TM before 3rd gym. And if me blacking out losing $8,000, that might actually put the nail in the coffin.
I know what you mean. I blacked out on my run too. Real devastating. I couldn't afford my 3rd Carbos.
The bag actually... I don't think... I don't know, actually.
Oh, crap. I just now realized I actually forgot to do all the battling of the trainers in here, too, because they mostly have fire types and electric types, aka two sets of people that I can easily knock out.
Can anyone in Steve's chat tell me how many coins it costs to buy the Psychic TM at the Game Corner in Mauville City? Please. Oh my god.
That high, huh?
No, the same trainer blacked me out again. So I'm actually cheating. I'm having Zigzagoon defeat him.
Sounds like you're not going to have enough money.
Fortunately, I didn't accept the Blackout. I'll give myself a reset, though. There. Alright. I now got pretty much every item I can in the game. Well, no, you don't need to tell me the money, just how many coins.
Does it actually use my dig PP if they blow up?
I think the PP doesn't actually get used until you do the attack. 3,500. Okay, that's 70... Wait, no. 4,000 coins, 80. That's 75... That's $75,000. Yep, this run's not doable. Oh, man. Doesn't help that in Ruby and Sapphire there's fewer trainers than in Emerald, so grinding for money is even harder.
Did I get the rocket candy? I don't think I did.
How many coins can I buy?
Blaine will be 100% easier than Rival 5. In fact, next run we'll do Blaine before Rival 5 so we can get ourselves a special badge boost on top of everything. Don't get me wrong, it will not make Gyarados easier at all.
Seven.
But on the bright side, if I do the Blaine
7,500.
thing before Rival 5, then I can come back to Gyarados with Blizzard.
Yeah, it's $70,000. Honestly, that Blackout didn't matter. I was like $20,000 short, so I'm wondering if I did something wrong.
70,000 Poke dollars.
Shut up.
Just making...
All right, I'm gonna have to do the run again.
What game is it?
Pokemon Sapphire. I was like an hour deep into the run, but I'm gonna have to start over just because of money problems. So I have to have Psychic before the Electric Gym Leader, because otherwise Watson's straight up impossible without it.
I grew fond of Pelipper in that game. Very good HM Pokemon.
Hey, the good HM user Zigzagoon, that thing can learn Surf without a water type.
Yeah, but couldn't Pelipper learn Surf and
Pelipper can't learn Surf.
it can't learn Surf and Fly? I thought it could.
Just Fly. It can't learn Surf. Honestly, I wonder if my mistake was early game buying like some repels. I think that might have been a bad idea. I think every dollar counts. In fact, part of the strat that Axew made for me was early game, I have to Blackout train on the Rock Gym Leader in order to defeat her Pokemon, but I wonder if I should just defeat stuff in the wild instead, just to save the money.
I don't know if that guy's ever blocked me before. You know the catching tutorial guy? He just blocked me from going into the gym. Well, making a right to go into the gym.
He's gotten in my way many times going to Viridian Forest.
I guess I just take an angle where he just doesn't ever get in the way. Except for just now. I mean, Annie, I think Pokemon intentionally made everything vague. I don't think it's actually equivalent to yen, nor is the language in the game actually equivalent to any individual language. I remember
It's just made up currency.
Well, I remember hearing or watching a video saying like the game creators purposely made the language so it does not convert to anything. Or it was either doesn't convert to anything or converts to everything. I forget. It's one of the two. Ooh. I'll tell you, Psyduck after Rival 5, pretty good.
All right, I'm gonna have to do the run again, so that was an hour wasted. Sucks when it happens.
I'll need to get Mimic, but I think there's a good chance we might actually do very well at this. Hey, Dust Yankee. All right.
I'm okay. I had to start over a playthrough an hour in because money management.
Oh, I need to pause for a second. I just sneezed so hard my right arm hurts.
I never even heard you sneeze. Oh, Steve, didn't you say you were going to start doing first playthroughs with controller?
Yeah, I thought about it.
But
Then I realized how much time I had lost on that victory bell run, and I realized I don't know if I'll ever be able to make up the gap.
sign of old age.
No, I'm saying that I'm not sure if I can get good enough to make up the difference in time that I lose. Like the amount of time that I lose on the corner thing, I don't think I could ever make it up.
Yeah, you'd be better off just, I don't know, just
Sticking to keyboard.
practicing Gen 3 with keyboard. Just practice it. You're better off doing that.
No, I'm saying that I don't think I can ever make up the difference. Like it's just too much. How should I put it? So in order for me to save time with controller, the prerequisite is that I'm just as good on controller as I am on keyboard, and I'm not. Because in order to save that time, I have to be just as good. You can't save time if you're losing more time doing the thing that's supposed to save you time. You get my point?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, ibuprofen's a pretty good name for that thing.
I think that oh god, I just realized we're really underleveled. I think I just remembered that gym leader Matt was in the mid 70s when he finished, and the other guy, Retro Brown, was in the high 60s when he finished. So even if I used all my candies, I'm gonna be in the high 60s.
Oh, sounds right to me.
Which means I'm underleveled. No, not Razor Leaf. Darn it.
Well, there's always Victory Road. People always forget Victory Road trainers exist, and they're super good training.
Oh, I do them all the time. Especially for these first stage Pokemon. Dang, I was like, oh, can I mimic something to save me some time? Unfortunately, Gyarados had nothing worth mimicking.
Mimic is just not good in Red and Blue.
What? Isn't Red and Blue the only game Mimic's good in?
I meant compared to Yellow version.
Oh.
Because in Yellow, the opponents have a lot better moves you could steal.
True.
I mean, I guess Mimic in Gen 1, I think Mimic in Red and Blue, its best uses are, like, I guess Recover on the Alakazam for the champion. You could get, what else? Amnesia off for Lorelei. There have been some runs I mimicked Ice Punch off the Hitmonchan just to kill the second Onix before.
Yep.
Agatha, it's only useful for stealing Nightshade, but even then, I don't really like doing that.
No. I've stolen Hypnosis more than anything else on Agatha's team. I've only ever stolen Nightshade on Pokemon that literally can't hit Ghosts. Like Eevee.
Alright, so to save money, I'm gonna have to go full on Steve strats here to save money. What I'm doing instead of potions, I'm picking Oran berries and just healing 10 HP at a time. Just so I don't have to buy a potion. And I'm also not going to buy repels at all.
Mimic is good in 2? I don't believe that. I've never used Mimic in Gen 2 ever. Although, to be fair, a lot less Pokemon learn it. But
Mimic
I
is
do.
good in 2.5 games. Yellow and red and blue. The reason I say 2.5
Oh,
is because red and blue is 1.5 games.
yeah,
That's weird.
that was hard to read.
That's a weird way to say it. Just say it's Gen 1. It's all Gen 1. I mean, if you guys say Heart Gold Soul Silver is Gen 4, not Gen 2, then Yellow's part of Gen 1.
It's Gen 2.
Then why don't you ever play new Gen 2?
Because it's too long.
I agree with that.
I consider Fire Red, Leaf Green Gen 1 and the Heart Cold Soul Silver Gen 2. I just consider it those games, but on a different like engine.
Pretty much, yeah. It is a Gen 2 remake, but technically, legally speaking, it's a Gen 4 game.
No, it uses a Gen 4 engine. It's still Gen 2.
Yeah, but usually when people talk about generations of games, it also mainly talks about the hardware.
I understand, but
Like
it's
if it's
Gen
on
2.
the Gen 3, it's on the Gen 4 engine, then it's a Gen 4 game. Like generation refers to
Okay,
like
here's
generation of
another
console.
way to look at it, and we could probably both agree. Once you start
Okay.
hitting the Gen 2 plus Pokemon, then it's not a Gen 2 game anymore. AKA post game. The first playthrough up to Elite 4, Gen 2 game. After that, the post game, Gen 4 game. We agree on that?
I am pissed. Yeah, sure, whatever. I'm just really pissed off now. I was trying to avoid one of the rich trainers because their Pokemon hold nuggets. I want to come back with Thief and steal them. I tried to dodge them, but I encountered one of them, so I have to start the run over. Money is that freaking tight for this thing. Yeah, but when people say, like, my favorite gen is Gen 1, I'm not going to say my favorite game is Gen 1 because my favorite's Fire Red. That doesn't make sense. Well,
I just realized the amount of PP that I have. I'm very thankful that Chansey did not use minimize, and I missed the one dig I had.
Gen 2, the GOAT? 100% disagree.
Interesting. I don't know. I like Gen 1 more. I have more fun playing Gen 2. I think the reason why is there's more strategy in Gen 2. The overall game itself is more mundane and easier to not like. But I think the overall fact that there's just more trainers that are hard is why I like it more. Crap, I forgot to use my rare candies. It's just the fact that I when I think of Gen 2, I have to think about Morty, I have to think about Jasmine, I have to think about Lance, I have to think about the champion, not the champion. I have to think about Red, and sometimes, I have to think about what's his name? No, her name.
Rival?
No,
Claire?
the annoying. Yeah, wait, no.
Brittany?
No, the Elite Four member with the Umbreon.
Aaron?
Yeah, I have to think about Karen. I don't really have to think about anybody else, but I have to think of like 6 battles. And in this game, I really only have to think about like 4. I can't believe I beat her. I get to delay my rare candies. That's so cool.
Okay.
Also, I believe Gym Leader Matt got 6 hours 30 game time, so right now we're making pretty good time.
I thought you said Matt's game time was 2 hours and 20 minutes.
That was for Brock.
Oh. What was your game time on Brock?
No clue. Wasn't paying attention. As soon as we get a reset, that's when we're going to candy. But for now, we're delaying the candies as long as humanly possible.
Well, I started over and now I have to do a third run.
I outsped Haunter. That's insane.
I've had to record a lot of bad runs for my videos, but I think so far, Beautyfly and Sapphire is the worst run I've ever done so far.
I can't believe I just beat Agatha without even using candies.
I mean, she's the Agatha lottery. She's either
Well,
really
look
easy
at my
or the biggest
HP.
pain in the
Or
game.
look at my XP to next level up. Literal perfection. Oh, and I haven't used my candies until now. Oh, this is gonna feel good.
You need to frame that, print it out, and put it on your fridge.
Oh, hey, Gym Leader Matt.
Hey, Matt.
God, Matt just said he got 430. Ooh. Oh, yellow. Okay.
Oh.
To be fair, Matt, your video was 3 years old that I'm comparing it to. Obviously, that is a very different Matt. Also, I assume yellow probably had a significantly easier Brock. I have no reasoning behind it, but I imagine it's probably true because usually you don't pick yellow unless there's a reason behind it. Oh, 18.
I think it's just solely because the levels are lower. Like, oh yeah, like 2 reasons. The Geodude and Onix are only level 10 and level 12, and the Geodude is too low of a level to have defense curl.
I can't remember. Oh, right. I think Matt mimicked recover. I don't know if that's still the strat I want to go with or not, but I'm going to do it.
What's your speed?
Probably not very good. 150. Oh my god, I'm 1 faster than Alakazam. That's insane.
Oh, I was gonna say maybe if you outspeed the Venusaur, you could just use Horn Drill. I love Horn Drill. Okay.
Uh-oh. I'll use another one. I'll recover. Okay. Clear. Perfect. Thank you.
You beat Brock at 157.
Okay. Okay. Blizzard crit or freeze? Oh, sunlight? Okay, hold on. Is this a dig moment?
Yes, 100%.
Crit.
You got a crit. Can you imagine if that lived at 1 health and you died? Would you be mad?
Oh, yeah, I would. I want for the accuracy. I understand it's 10%, but I understand how difficult that is. If that missed right there, I've been so mad. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I'm gonna beat this for the second run. This was a pretty lucky time. I understand it's 7 resets. I don't think I'm gonna beat this. Oh.
You know, a third of that whole run was just Brock.
Oh, I hit the under. And 69% of people voted over.
Oh, come on.
69%. Oh, Gym Leader Matt. Yeah, I agree. It does feel awful. It's terrible. Any Pokemon that has to get to level 20 for Brock is just, oh, it's just unbelievably bad. And the worst part is when you get to Brock, it's still not a given at level 20. At least like when you have to get to level 20 for Beedrill, or you have to get to like level 18 for Jinx, at least at that point it becomes easy. But this one is like, no. Yeah, I'm just stronger. I don't have any new moves though. All right, so before we start the second round, let's see where 130 puts us. So 130. Oh my God, we beat Onyx. Oh, let's see. 5:48 game time. Oh, we didn't do it fast in Onyx though. But we did do it at a
Onyx
lower
is
level.
bad.
Yeah, well, I mean, everyone knows Onyx is bad. I know Growlithe could probably get a better time, but I'm fine with Growlithe being where it is. I think that run's kind of old. 48. Oh, actually, we beat Growlithe too. Right behind Dratini. That doesn't feel right. This feels better than Dratini. I guess the simple fact that Dratini gets Leer and Wrap, which is a okay strategy for Brock, is just literally all the difference. Oh, Gym Leader Matt, did you ever get a better time with Cubone? I remember Cubone was last on your leaderboard by a pretty significant margin, like it was F tier. I don't think my Cubone was very good, but you know, it's better than Venonat.
Can I pay you $20 to redo Venonat?
No. Wait, 20? I mean, yes.
Well, I'm not.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
I was just wondering if I would have, would you do it?
Anyways, I don't think we're going to be making any move choices that are different this run. Okay, well, it's good to know that the run was still bad, even when you redid it. Oh, boy. I don't see any way of improving this time specifically for Psyduck.
We need a Speed Steve and Matt Starmie race. Matt, Steve, and I haven't done a race since that Magmar randomizer thing. We're always down to do another one if Matt ever gets time.
That was so long ago. That was like that's probably a year and a half ago.
Good old days.
Let's see. Now we got body slams. No need for Swift. Rest. Would rest make a difference anywhere? Where did I even get my resets? I know like 3 of them were on Brock. True, Gym Leader Matt. True. The Scott race, it is a very, very heavy time sink.
I mean, you could do like what Steve did for the last race, only do one run and leave it at that.
Area 91 says the top 5 of the leaderboard seems fine, and then it's just, what the fuck?
You guys need to play Ghastly yourself. The thing is
I know,
extremely
but
good if you get Hypnosis.
The fact that Ghastly is ranked above Gengar is just hilarious, because Gengar is like a 2-year-old run and Ghastly is like a 1-week-old run.
I mean, after the Psyduck, if you want to continue a stream, you could do just one Gengar run.
I mean, if you want to know just how bad some of these need redos, just look at Charizard and Charmander. They're literally 2 rows from each other. They're 5 minutes apart. Charizard and Charmander.
Your Mewtwo run was nasty.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. So about the Mewtwo run, I did the first run as a YOLO run. The problem is I won. So then the second run had to be a YOLO run as well. And by a YOLO run, what I meant was I literally picked up nothing except for like Ice Beam, I think. But basically I picked up no
rare candies.
Right. No rare candies, no I reduced the amount of heals like on the second run. I just picked up like nothing the whole entire run. So the fact that I won with 0 resets forced me to play even harder on the second run. The crazy thing is, I forget whose leaderboard I was looking at, but somebody got like under 40, I think, was with Articuno, which leads me to believe that I must.
Scott.
It's
Scott in yellow. I know he did the Kanto birds. They
oh
got
yellow.
times.
Okay. I thought I must have confused just two leaderboards because I was looking at the red and blue leaderboard. I must have been, or I was looking at the yellow leaderboard. I must have been thinking it was the red and blue leaderboard for some reason. Was it just easier in yellow than it is in red and blue? Or is my run just old?
Probably both.
Because I think I remember I played the first two birds relatively early on in my solo running, and then I remember I played Zapdos way later. So it makes sense that it shouldn't be, or the other two shouldn't be as low as they are, but Zapdos probably is where it belongs. Heck, Moltres is probably where it belongs. Honestly, Zapdos is probably where it belongs to, under 40. I am still a little disappointed at that victory bell. I know I could have gotten 39. I just didn't screw up at Lance, that one move. Okay, let's go ahead and get the next run started.
Nidoking doesn't suck. Nidoking's really good. Although
No, I think he means my time sucks. It's old.
Oh.
I mean, Andy, I agree. Zapdos is probably the best bird because its starting moveset is just so good. I mean, it starts with, I think, Drill Peck and Thunder Shock?
I still would like to believe Articuno is better.
But didn't Articuno start with Peck and Ice Beam?
Yeah, but it also gets Bubble Beam for more coverage.
But wouldn't you agree that Stab Drill Peck's probably a lot better for the early game?
I mean, I agree with that, yeah. I think I did the Kanto birds in red and blue, and I believe I did do second playthroughs of them. I believe Zapdos got the fastest time, but just barely.
Oh, Dust Yankee's right. Nidoqueen, that one was the early one. Nidoking was like a month ago. Agreed, Austin. Why couldn't they make Ice Beam like Razor Leaf, 25 PP?
Okay, how about instead of that, can we just agree that Vine Whip should not have 10 power points?
I don't know what you're talking about. Why doesn't every move work like Razor Leaf? Why don't they just throw around PP like willy-nilly to everything?
Here's the thing, like, they gave 20 power points to Ember, Water Gun, but Vine Whip only gets 10. I know Scuzz said he had a theory that Vine Whip should have had 25 and Razor Leaf should have had 10, but they swapped it. Because that's the only theory that makes sense.
I mean, I thought of that theory ages ago as well. It makes perfect sense. I mean, if you just look at them, they're just like, oh, yeah, that's a mistake.
Yeah, honestly, I think any fully evolved Pokemon where you did it at least 4 months ago needs a redo.
I would say... Okay, I did come up with a cutoff. There was a cutoff. I don't remember what it was. I know the bike was involved. But I don't remember what...
speed too?
I don't remember what the cutoff was, unfortunately.
A year? 6 months?
There's definitely a point of
the
time.
Entire list.
Well, no, I mean, we're not going to redo the whole list. That would involve like redoing such Pokemon as like Eevee or Ditto. The worst part is Ditto has like an hour to save. It's right there on the table. We all know it exists. All I have to do is use the struggle strat way earlier. Red Riosity was
Red.
Red Riosity is like, oh yeah, to beat Eevee, to beat Ditto, you start using the struggle strat like immediately on Route 3. All of your money just sink it into potions. You don't need Pokemon centers for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I think he told us that his own Ditto run was like 4.5 hours or something, and what was it, red and blue or yellow? I can't remember.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I can do that. I think he said yellow, but regardless, I don't think I can do that, but I think there's an easy hour to shave off of Ditto, which we're never going to do.
Yeah, unless it's Crystal.
and which I don't even know is possible.
It technically is. I know what strat Scott used. I
Well,
mean, in his video, he gave up, but he made a follow-up because there is a strat, but it's an extremely luck-dependent strat.
the sad part
It's
is
basically the kind of strat where you need multiple crits in a row. That kind of strat.
the sad part. Recently, I started doing redo posts. People aren't commenting on them very much anymore. So now I'm starting to think that I might have to pick 3 redo choices for everybody, and you guys vote.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I'm
People
not getting
don't generally comment on community posts, but they will respond to polls.
right. Like the ones that I think need the redos the most are Charizard, Gengar, and Golem. I mean, there's plenty more, but those three just feel so wrong, so not in place, not correct. Especially Gengar. I mean, Alakazam probably also could be improved a bunch as well, but you know, I also remember Alakazam having some really like close calls where it's not a perfect Pokemon. Regardless, we should probably start. I probably could have did all of that talking while training.
You need to use the bathroom or anything?
I sure do.
Good thing I said something. Kind of like your parents before you go on a trip. Do you need to go to the bathroom first? Dragonite and Charizard need a rerun. Dragonite is lower than Charmander. Well, in Dragonite's defense, that thing starts with Wrap. But I agree, Dragonite should get a redo.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if anybody knows this, but I'm just figured I'd make it well known because it's on the national page of the Domino's app. Right now, Domino's is having a $9.99 large any topping. And when it says any, it means unlimited pizza. $9.99 unlimited pizza. And when I say unlimited toppings, I mean literally you can select all of them. You can click extra on all of them. I have a pizza over here. The Domino's app said it was 500 calories a slice.
Oh my god.
It's got every meat that you can add at Domino's. I clicked extra on most of the meat, and then it's got extra cheese on, like, it's got all 3 of the extra cheeses except feta because feta's nasty.
Would you like some diabetes with that?
Anyways, it's so good. But I just wanted everyone to know that it was on the national page and not the local page. So I imagine it's available everywhere in the United States right now currently. So you should definitely check the Domino's app. It's running until March 2nd. So if you have a Domino's nearby, it's a really, really good deal.
Well, the Domino's is just like everything else, an hour away. And I don't think they deliver this far. Although in my town there's a new pizza shop that opened. You know take and bake pizzas?
What?
Take and bake pizza. Like there's a new take and bake pizza shop that opened up in my town. Basically, like you call in a pizza, they'll make it for you, do all that stuff. Except the difference is they don't actually cook it for you. You pay for the pizza, like just the ingredients and the dough, and then you take it home and put it in your oven.
So you know how you said Oh, hold on. Cat's on timeout. It's not allowed in here.
Should be in a coma.
The cat's on timeout because it peed on my blanket.
Did it really?
Yeah, absolutely. It peed on my blanket.
Yummy.
Anyways, back to that idea. You know how you said you started with No, I don't know. I've never heard of this. This is the first I'm hearing of this idea.
Okay.
This sounds like an awful idea. This sounds like the pizza, like the ready-made pizzas you can get at Walmart with extra steps.
Well, the difference is the ones that they would have at Walmart tend to be pre-delivered frozen. But like what the new shop in town that just opened up is, they make everything fresh every day, and it's actually cheaper than the other pizza restaurant in town, like an actual.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's I'm saying it's better than the Walmart pizza. I still don't. I don't think it's a very good or profitable idea, though.
Yeah, it just opened up, and from what I've been hearing, a lot of people seem to really like it because the main pizza place in my town raised their prices. So now for like a large, like 2-topping pizza, it's like $30.
What?
We live far from people. Stuff's expensive. But like the whole take and bake thing, there's way more options for toppings. You can customize it however you want. You're not limited to just a menu. And I believe for a single large
when you said $30, you mean like, you know, with like delivery and tip and whatnot, right?
No, that's not delivery. That's if you go there and eat.
This is unbelievable. This is literally incomprehensible. I literally could never, ever spend that much money on a pizza. I am still mad about a pizza that I had after college, and my very first accounting temp job. There was this coworker, and she's like, "Oh, would you like to get a pizza for lunch? I'll order it, and then we can pay half and half." And she told me my half was $20, and I was like, that's funny. So let me give you 10. And she just said, no, my half was $20. Apparently, she generously tipped the delivery guy, and obviously, you know, got delivery on top of it. And it was just a normal pizza. I'm still mad about it. Still.
Well, Steve, my town doesn't exactly have a Domino's or Pizza Hut in it. Like, it's a little local-owned business, but like the thing is with the new take and bake pizza shop, one of the advantages is obviously a cheaper price, but you can take the pizza home and like cook it up in a couple of days. Like maybe you don't want it today, you might want it like in a few days. It's basically like if you bought the cold pizzas from Walmart, except you could customize it however you want, because I don't think those stores let you do custom pizzas. You just have to take what they give you.
Bro, the pizzas that I bought from Walmart were worth $1 in college. You know what are they called? Totino's pizzas? You know, the $1 pizzas.
Not even real. That shit's not even real pizza, dude.
Yeah, but when you're in college, it's your meal for the day. Sometimes it's 2 of them.
I would rather eat top ramen than eat that crap.
Well, I mean, I had that too. Not being picky. That's like, you know, that's like 1A, 1B. That's the stuff I lived on in college. Oh, God, Annie, I haven't been to Pizza Hut. Boy. I literally can't remember the last time I was in a Pizza Hut. Like, I can't remember what the inside of a Pizza Hut looked like. I'm pretty sure the last time I went to a Pizza Hut, I was in a baseball uniform.
Annie, the town I live in probably has less people in it than Steve's whole city block. And it's probably not even far from the truth.
My block has got a lot of people.
Yeah.
My block.
I mean,
my block is. If you go, so within 1 block of me, good old people, like just old people minding their own business. Outside of 1 block, the hood. The absolute hood. Like the worst. Like I'm scared to go to the gas station hood. I hate going to that gas station. I went there literally yesterday to fill up my gas at the gas station right next to me. And don't get me wrong, there's literally like none of the other gas stations in the area is like this. It's just the one, but it's the closest to me. So obviously I go there. Anyways, I got badgered by a homeless man. The woman next to me was yelling across the entire parking lot because apparently she gave some sort of child a look. Like a look. We're not talking like the middle finger or anything. Like she just looked at the child wrong. And they were yelling, like screaming. You can't make this stuff up. Crazy people are crazy.
That is why I like living away from big cities. And it does mean living away from Domino's.
It's okay. It's okay. This there's a reason why my cost of living is low. It's because this place sucks.
Don't you live with your parents?
Yeah. Grandparents, yeah.
That would
I said cost of living. I didn't say rent.
But yeah, I believe at the Take and Bake shop, you could have they could make you a pizza, well, minus the whole cooking thing. Like it's a raw pizza. You got to make it yourself. But the raw pizza, I think a large with 2 or 3 toppings will get you like $20.
Oh, I just had a memory of Pizza Hut.
I've heard they're really good.
I was so small the last time I was at Pizza Hut, I couldn't see over the counter for the salad bar. That was my last memory of Pizza Hut.
I think I haven't been in a Pizza Hut since super long time. All I remember is that they had lighting above the table. That's all I remember.
Yeah, and the building, you could tell exactly what a building used to be a Pizza Hut because the top of the building's a hut. Kind of like when you could tell a building used to be a Best Buy because like the front of the building looks like a rectangle.
It's really funny to me.
Blockbuster, not Best Buy.
It's just really funny whenever I mention like, oh, I live in a small town, none of that stuff's near me, and then people just can't comprehend what I say. Like, some people are just spoiled their whole lives living in like a gigantic metropolis where everything is just nearby, that when they find out that some people don't live near that stuff, they just flip their shit.
Bro, that one of the reasons. So I just did a house visit since I'm looking into buying a house right now because I have a decent amount of money saved. I was looking into a house on Sunday, which is why I didn't do a Sunday stream or anything. And the first thing I thought of when I went to the house was, this is far away from everything. And that was a factor in my decision not to buy the house, was that this house is not close to everything. Like this house is like 10 minutes away from everything.
10 minutes. Nice.
No, 10 minutes is far. I live 3 minutes away from a Wendy's. About 6 minutes away from McDonald's, 6 minutes away from a Domino's, 6 minutes away from a second Wendy's, 6 minutes away from McDonald's, 6 minutes away from the Taco Bell, 6 minutes away from a Rally's. When I say 6 minutes, I mean I literally make 2 turns and then just drive for like 5 minutes. Let's see what else is nearby. Oh, and then I got a whole bunch of grocery stores nearby. There's 2 Walmarts that are both within 10-minute drives. If I'm really, really desperate, I know there's a Fisher's like 8 minutes away, but you would have to be really, really desperate. Fisher's is the worst. Just take Walmart and multiply the prices by 2, and then you have a Fisher's. No, not roller skate like Rallies. You're thinking of Sonic. I live probably 18 minutes away from a Sonic. Let's see, I live probably like 8 or 9 minutes away from a Domino's. Boy, if you could just start naming places, I could tell you how far away from I am. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's like I'm right next to 2 major highways, so everything is really close. What'd you say?
You'll never guess how far the interstate is from me. You got it? 1 hour.
Oh,
if I just drive for 1 hour, I'll be near everything. Anything I can think of, I'll be near.
That explains everything. My parents, they're 20 minutes away from the interstate. Guess what? They're 20 minutes away from everything. Yeah, I live on the corner of 2 major highways, so I live by everything. If you guys wanted to
not stand living in a
if
city.
you guys wanted to look where it is, look up the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I'm within 8 minutes away from the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Those are the
like. If you dox yourself?
Well, I mean, I didn't give them my address. I said like this is the general area. If you look up the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Ohio, you will see the 2 highways that are like right next door. I'm very close to those. I've been at this for so long and I'm still at level 13.
Yeah, even in my small town, we still have the necessities. Like, there's 2 different grocery stores. One of them I work at. We've got a pizza place. There's a few burger joints. There's a couple of thrift stores. There's a Mexican restaurant near a golf course that's really nice to eat at. I haven't eaten there in a while though. There's a Subway inside the other grocery store that I don't work at.
Subway. I can't remember. The last time I went to a Subway, there was a buy one, get one free. And even then, with the buy one, get one free, I still felt like it was too expensive. And one of them was
too
free.
Expensive when they got rid of the $5 footlongs.
Right. That was the last time. I was in high school. So it was 2013 was like the last time I bought, like 2014 was the year after high school. It was like the last time I went to a Subway.
When I get gift cards.
It's so expensive. The only thing that I bought, like when they got rid of the $5 footlong, was breakfast, because breakfast was still below $5.
What I was going to say is I don't mind having to be an hour away from everything, because it means I get to live away from people. And I don't have to deal with homeless people yelling at me at gas stations.
This is true. This is very true. You know what's very scary? Those homeless people.
Oh my God. When I had to visit family in California for like 2 weeks, even though she lived like 2 blocks away from a 7-Eleven, one of the gas stations nearby also had a Subway inside of it. Every time I would walk over there was a random homeless person every other spot, and one of them tried to talk to me and my younger brother one time, and I had to like get us far away from that guy. This was like 2 years ago.
I found the key to dealing with homeless people is to actually not talk to them, and also have facial hair, so that way you actually look like you're not an easy mark.
True, yeah.
I kid you not. Facial hair equals more dangerous, more difficult to steal from. I kid you not. That is the actual truth. If you have no facial hair, you look like you're baby faced, and you're an easy mark.
Subway's only worth it if you pile on veggies, which Steve doesn't eat.
Correct. I'm a meatitarian. This is one of the reasons why I don't eat at Subways, because that reason.
Well, at least I don't have to take vitamin supplements.
Okay, it's not that bad. I actually forgot mine today. It's okay. I learned from food theory that in a pepperoni pizza has every single vitamin, nutrient, and every single thing you could possibly ever need. You can live off of it for the rest of your life. And trust me, my pizza's got a lot more than pepperoni on it.
The grease wouldn't be good for you, though. Have you thought of that?
Wow. You know,
And all the
there's a
sodium
lot of
too.
people. There's a lot
There's
of
a
things that
crap ton
people
of salt
say.
in pizza.
There's a lot of things that people say is bad for you. And you know what?
You don't even drink water.
Uh-huh.
I don't
And
want to hear like I don't want to
oh,
hear you like brag about
speaking of
that stuff.
what I drink, today I got a new shipment in of so I bought the SodaStream branded drinks because they came out with 3 new flavors. I don't know how new they are because I just decided to check Amazon one day and I saw them. But 2 of them came in today. So they got mug root beer diet and uh Pepsi cherry diet, or well, zero sugar. And then I'm still waiting for Mountain Dew Code Red zero sugar. However, I'm expecting that one to suck. But so far today I tried the Pepsi cherry and it was okay. I don't expect good things because the regular Pepsi and the Diet Pepsi made by SodaStream Company are ass. Like, they're just terrible. Not good at all. They don't even taste like Pepsi or Diet Pepsi. Yeah, I know. I don't need food theory, but what I do like is food theory puts it out in a way that dummies can understand. So food theory is like, oh, hey, I put all of these vitamins and nutrients that you need for your entire day all on the screen, and I will check mark which each thing of food gives you, and then at the end we'll tally all the check marks and see what food provides you with all the necessary vitamins, nutrients, and whatnot you need. And surprisingly, he came up with 2 foods. One of them was a place that I would never ever go, Chipotle, which was apparently like some sort of chicken sub or chicken
That
wrap or whatever.
that makes sense just because there are options to put a lot of veggies on in your bowl.
Yeah. Anyways, and then pepperoni pizza also had every single food group that you would need. You could survive the rest of your life on pepperoni pizza.
I mean, the only other problem I can think of, you'll have to let me know if food theory acknowledged that, is the amount of grease that's in it and the amount of sodium that you'd
Well,
have
he
to
didn't.
ingest to eat
No,
the
you're
amount of
not
pizza.
understanding this. You're thinking of it from a health point of view. He's thinking of it from a you won't die point of view.
Well, that makes a lot more sense to me now. Doesn't mean you
It,
should
it
eat only
has.
pizza.
You can survive the rest of your life off of it. Doesn't mean you should.
That makes a lot more sense.
Exactly. It's a
The
can.
way you always talk about it, it sounds like you use it as a way to justify yourself not eating vegetables.
It is. Can you believe this? You know how people are like, the food pyramid, the food pyramid. Look at all those fruits and vegetables. And then the guy on food theory is like, hey, you know, pepperoni pizza has everything you need to survive. It really makes you think about the world. By the way, the food pyramid was a lie. It's created by Big Food or whatever it's called.
Is Big Corn. Big Corn.
Corn, yeah, that's it.
It's because they had like, I don't know if it was exactly Big Corn, but what I read is the reason they had grain on the bottom to signify you should have more grain than like fruits or veggies. It was because I think when the food pyramid was made, there was a huge surplus of grain, and then a lot of the big food companies like lobbied to get that on the food pyramid, so you'd eat more. But the problem is with grains, like in bread, is that eating bread can actually cause you to gain weight.
Oh yeah.
In fact, that's the reason a lot of weight loss diets say no bread, for that reason. And even then, bread should not be above fruits and vegetables or meat at all. You could cut grain completely out of your diet and only do meat, veggies, and fruit, and you'd be completely good.
Yeah, well, if it weren't for
Yeah, grain
this
just makes you
stupid
fat.
pizza deal, I had done a really good job at making sure that I was on a calorie restriction until this pizza deal. Like, I was eating less than 2,000 calories every day, and I lost like 2 pounds. But unfortunately, since this pizza deal came out, I've been eating like 3,000 for like for Saturday, Sunday, and then today and tomorrow is gonna be like 3,000 each.
Something I've been doing for the last like 8 days, although I did cheat one of the days, is I actually quit eating any sort of food within 6 hours before I go to sleep. And I pretty much did it the last 8 nights except for one night when I cheated. And so far I'm down like 9 pounds.
I don't
You
I
have
don't think that makes
you have
any difference. I think that the difference
no, you have no idea how
I
much I
think the
used to eat a
difference
night,
is that
'cause
you're just not eating. Like that's the difference. You're just not eating during that time period when you used to be eating during that time period.
that is literally what I said.
No, 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 no. But what I'm saying is it's not that the like the time that matters. It's the fact you're not eating.
Well, the thing
Like
is,
for instance, all right, are
you
you
don't
still
want
eating the same
don't
amount of
interrupt
food?
me.
You're just not eating it before bed.
Uh, Pretty much, yeah. I've been having bigger lunches now because of it.
But are you eating the same amount of food total?
I'd say roughly equivalent, yeah.
Interesting.
Because what I would do is because what happened is that I would do these streams, forget to eat dinner, and then I'd have like an 800, 900 calorie dinner at like 10 o'clock at night. And then I go to bed with a full stomach, and that's one of the easiest ways to gain a waistline from
I
doing
mean,
that.
the easiest way to lose weight is just eat less. Eat less than 2,000 calories every single day.
Well, the thing is, if I took that dinner and ate it at like 4 or 5 in the afternoon instead of at like 10 at night, your body has more time to burn it off. So that way, when you sleep, it'll just burn off the excess fats and not the actual food.
My mom
Because if your
tried that for
body's
so
burning
long.
actual food,
It didn't do a lot, but it made her feel good.
well, it'll
Yes,
definitely make you
Annie,
feel a lot better. Yeah.
ultimately, that is probably the best
Maybe keeping up with the
advice of
gym.
all.
I really should be.
I go to the gym twice a week, but unfortunately, I can't pat myself on the back because we don't do a lot at the gym. We do like one set on every machine that has to do with your arms. One set. Yes, Annie. The first step that anybody should do to lose weight, stop drinking anything that has calories. Just stop drinking calories altogether. That will immediately impact you.
It's true, yeah. You don't want to drink your calories. You're better off using your calorie limits for like actual food.
I also usually eat high protein meals, but that's just
That's
me.
Yankee. The reason they said I think I should is because I'm already decently active at my job, but I need to start doing more exercise because I'm not doing enough when you include my job. But all I keep thinking is if I had to work at an office job like Steve and I had this exact same diet, I'd probably weigh an extra 15 pounds right now.
Yeah, when I used to have a job cleaning the church, like sweeping and changing trash cans and whatnot, I ate so much food. In fact, I ate to the point where people were like, how in the world are you still so skinny? It's because I walked from one side of a giant church to another side of a giant church over and over again, and I just kept walking forward and backward with a sweeper over and over again. Turns out it was a lot of exercise.
I mean, the amount of distance I have to walk in my job, it's not like that big of a distance, the one you're talking about, but it's still a lot of moving around. But
yeah, I do nothing
the problem
now.
is I was eating so much that even though I was being active, I was still gaining weight. Plus, the whole eating at night thing was not useful at all, because when you sleep, your body should be burning off excess fats, because you burn calories when you sleep. It shouldn't be burning off the food that's in your stomach. In fact, the food in your stomach will just add to your fat. It'll just add to your fat levels. So if you're gonna eat dinner, like, don't do it like half hour before you go to sleep. Like, do it like hours before. And like once you get to like within 5 hours before you normally go to sleep, just don't eat any solid foods, so your body can actually burn off all the stuff you ate for the day. Like, it's what I've been doing the last 8 days, and it's actually working, and I'm feeling better too.
What did you start at?
259.
That helps too. Well, I mean, it doesn't help, but the fact that you're starting at a high number.
Yeah, but yeah, that's true.
'Cause I'm starting here at I started at 209. Now I'm at 7 something. Before vacation,
I'm
I was at
keeping it up right
211,
now.
and now I'm at 207 something. But of course, now I just ate this pizza. So,
I could not eat a whole pizza like that. That would make me sick.
well, I mean, I eat half of it for lunch and then half of it for dinner. Unfortunately, it's 4,000
That would
calories.
still make me sick.
Yeah, I have this weird thing where I eat everything.
Although for during my lunch, I ate what did I eat? I ate 1 chicken thigh, a pound of mac and cheese, and throughout 2 hours, I ate a small bag of chips. Not like a small bag, but like the kind of small bags that were like, what do you call it? You know
Bro,
what I mean? Like
you don't feed
not the party size bags, but
you don't
like
feed me
the
chips
regular bags.
at all. Never get me chips. The whole entire bag will be gone, no matter what size. It could be party size. It will be gone.
Yeah, but since then I haven't eaten anything else.
I have no constraint when it comes to chips at all.
What do you mean your stomach's stronger? What do you mean by that?
I have no.
About like eating a whole pizza, I'm assuming?
Oh, that's actually just a practice thing. The more, if you eat large meals, you will be able to expand your stomach and just eat more. If you actually like stop eating for 2 entire days, you will notice that you won't be able to eat the same amount of food you used to be able to eat. Trust me, I've done it a few times. Sometimes I do it on purpose. Don't eat for 2 days straight to decrease my stomach size, so that way I will get hungry, or I will get full faster, and therefore I will be incapable of eating too much.
I mean, something you could do that is a bit easy, because for most people that's not going to be an easy thing.
Oh, dude, not eating for 2 days is hard.
Something that'd be a lot easier is just like slowly decrease like your max calorie limit. Like maybe like make your max limit like 2,500 for example for a month, and then afterwards lower it to like 2,000, and then that's like a slow way of doing it, because like you'll get used to the smaller meals. Your body will adapt to it, and you'll start to feel full.
Unfortunately, just like the chips thing, I have no control. So it's really eat for 2 days, or it's just don't eat for 2 days and fix everything, or you're fucked.
You have no control. You can force yourself to not eat for 2 days, but then you'll eat a giant ass pizza.
What? Well, they're not mutually exclusive.
Dude.
I have some weaknesses. One of them is pizza.
And chips.
Yes, chips is another one. I mean, quite frankly, another weakness I have is plate size.
Really?
Whatever you put on the plate will be gone, no matter how much food it is. That's why whenever I go to a restaurant, I'm at the mercy of the restaurant. If they give me a large portion, well, that was a really big meal.
I mean, obviously, I'll do that too. I'm not taking home leftovers, but
everybody I work with takes home leftovers. My parents are perfectly fine with taking leftovers. I'm like the only one who like is not cool with leftovers.
It doesn't taste as good when you heat it up later.
Oh, I disagree. With the air fryer, it's sometimes better reheated.
Like what, for example? Like what leftovers would you bring home into an air fryer?
Fries. Burgers are not as good. Pizza.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Okay. When
pizza.
You're talking about
actually, when you air fry pizza that are leftovers, it removes all of the grease, and sometimes the pizza is better and more crunchy.
I'll remember that for next time. But no, when you mentioned leftovers from a restaurant, I wasn't imagining like Wendy's or something. I was imagining like a sit-down restaurant. You get a to-go box. That's the kind of leftovers I was thinking of.
No, I meant that too.
Oh.
Both, really.
Yeah, Annie. Eating at nighttime is one of the biggest ways to gain weight.
Annie, there has been nothing I have not been able to put in the air fryer. You can stick anything in the air fryer.
It is a magical tool. It's the best thing since the microwave.
Ever since I got an air fryer, it has completely replaced both the oven and the microwave. It has replaced both, and anything that uses microwave or oven instructions, I just like converted to air fryer. Air fryer is the one tool that replaces all kitchen heating tools. You can even make toast in an air fryer, although it's not as good.
Okay, I wouldn't replace like my stove and everything. Like
Why
stoves
not?
are used to make some really good meals. Like what if you wanted to make soup?
Well, you just reheat the soup.
With what? Your air fryer?
Well, yes. You don't make things from scratch in air fryer. It's for reheating or heating for the first time. But when I was a kid, I used to have leftovers, and I would not eat leftover fries. Fries are probably one of the nastiest things you can make in the leftover in the microwave. But
Agreed.
But in the air fryer, it actually becomes just as good as when they originally came out.
Yeah. So when I mentioned how like I live an hour away from like most things, pretty much anything that you're within 20 minutes of, like when I would go up there, sometimes I would actually go to like McDonald's, for example. I would like get myself a basic meal, and then I will get like an extra couple of like quarter pounders and a nugget for like the next day in a separate bag. And then that will usually be my meal the next day. Because I don't go there much just because it's an hour away.
I don't think burgers are very good leftover or air fried though. For some reason, it just doesn't have the same taste. Ooh, double crit. This might be it.
You can air fry a pizza. I'm thinking he's just talking about just individual slices.
Oh, dude, air frying pizza. Well, yeah, leftover pizza. Like for instance, like this pizza right here. If I air fry it, it's just as good as when I originally got it the first time.
And Pokebite crashed.
Oh no, Onyx, stop biting. I'm gonna die. Don't tackle me. Bite again. No! I don't think we're beating the first run. I don't remember what time I got the first run, but I don't think we're beating it. And I am not playing all the way up to level 20 again. Well, that's interesting technique, Annie. Unfortunately, the microwave has gone the way of the dinosaur, and I will not use a microwave anymore. In fact, I got rid of it a while ago.
Well, here's the other thing though with the microwave. If you need to heat something up for like 2 minutes, it only takes 2 minutes. But with air fryer, you gotta preheat it.
And to be frank, I'm only talking about leftover hamburger in the oven, or in the air fryer. A burger from scratch, like a frozen burger, I think that's like 12 minutes, like 250 or something like that, from frozen. So I mean, a frozen hamburger is fine. And I didn't say I have a problem. Interestingly enough, apparently I have one of those palettes where I can taste like everything. You know, they make tests. Oh my god, I beat Brock. Yes. You know, they have a test, a taste test out there where there's little strips of paper that have like faint tastes on it. And you could hand these strips of paper to like a whole bunch of people and ask them what they taste from the piece of paper, and then you write it down, and then at the end of the test you see what everybody wrote down, and some pieces of paper people will write nothing, and those are the people who can't taste everything. Unfortunately, I can taste everything, but it doesn't mean I like everything. I'm probably one of the pickiest eaters you'll meet. Hate all fruits and vegetables. The worst part is, I wish I couldn't taste them very good. My parents, they couldn't taste the stink bug paper. There was a piece of paper that tasted like stink bug, and
Why?
they couldn't taste it at all.
Why is there a stink bug paper?
You ever had one of those?
No?
In general?
Why would I taste paper?
Regardless, I mean, it tastes the way a stink bug smells. Regardless, me and my brother could taste the piece of paper. My brother's wife, both parents and sister could not taste the stink bug paper. Really, Jigglypuff? Oh, there was more than one piece of paper they couldn't taste either. It's fine. Just because I have a palate that can taste everything doesn't mean it's a good thing. Because there's a lot of things I don't like. My God, I just pulled a Gen 3. I read the sign.
Oh, also for the last couple of days, for Christmas, I got a like a portable blender. Like portable as in like the cup you mix all the ingredients in. You can actually just slap a lid on it and just like take it with you. I've actually started making like my own smoothies with it the last couple of days.
Ooh.
Like I used frozen berries, some vanilla yogurt. Fun little trick you can do. Instead of like milk or cream, use apple juice. Oh my God, it makes it so good.
My Ninja blender's the same way. It's got a big blender and it's got cup blenders that you can stick on the blender.
Yeah, but it's not like one of those gigantic, like loud ones that need a lot of cleaning. It's just the portable one was actually really quiet.
Well,
Didn't really make much noise.
oh, then I don't know what you mean. Mine is like a really big blender, you know? But they make a cup that you can stick on the big blender. And then it mixes everything inside of the cup like it were a blender. It's very useful for making like milkshakes and well, that's what the only thing I used it for. I don't know what other people use it for. I assume for fruit and shit. For me, it's milkshakes only.
I never made milkshake. It was only ever smoothies.
Yeah, because you like fruits and vegetables. Makes sense.
I never put any veggies in it, but
okay, you got my point. I lumped the two together. Yeah, you're probably not putting carrots in your shake, but you get my point.
I know there's some recipes that call for a mix of both. I've been meaning to like try other recipes for them.
Oof, Lost V has quite the regiment. You know, Lost V, that's actually kind of like one of the regiments that my dad said one of his friends did in high school. Apparently in high school, and my dad used to do wrestling, so he knew a lot of very in shape people. He said he was tired of being scrawny, so he tried to one up himself every day. And most days he couldn't do it, but no matter what, he always tried to tie his record or one up himself. He never tried to do worse or never achieved worse. And basically he would just do push-ups and sit-ups every single day, but he would never do lower any like the next day. So if like, let's say one day he did 30 and the next day he didn't really feel like doing 31, he would do 30. But then if he ever did 31, then he had to do 31. And then he kept on doing it until apparently got into the hundreds. Damn, you small. Unfortunately, I'm really bad at converting height to weight, but I'm pretty sure you're probably a very skinny guy considering that measurement. I'm probably slightly on the heavier side. But I am 6'1", and speed is 6'5". Okay, we'll say 6'5". Oh, that's embarrassing. Dying to leech seed like that. Knowing it was all avoidable. Oops.
I have no idea how Axie was able to get $70,000 with this strat. I literally got every single item, and I'm nowhere close.
Have you considered the fact that Axu might not do everything legitimate?
I mean, it's what he told me in his
Yeah,
routing.
yeah, but if I were a kind of person who would route, I'd be like, oh man, you know what I could really use? This move. And then I'd be like, all right, let's go get it. I'm pretty sure there's enough money.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure there's enough.
He told me he did do a test run to verify it. Like, I know it's possible
okay.
in Emerald easily because there's more trainers.
Okay. You should have led with the he did it already thing. I don't remember what time I got, but I feel like I'm doing very badly. Brock really put me back. Just too many resets.
Maybe there's like a TM I never picked up. Talking to everybody at this point.
Ah, the patented Steve talk to everybody strat. Got it. Good strat. How I get through all the games. It's how I'm
Kind of frustrates me how Axie never made a guide for this.
It's currently how I'm playing Scarlet and Violet. I don't read anything anybody says.
Oh, there's cutscenes, so it forces you to read it.
Well, I don't read it just because there's a cutscene. You know that meme. Well, of course you know the meme. You've mentioned it many times. The meme that says something about I can't read.
Oh, the sign can't stop me because I can't read.
Exactly. Those words can't get me to read it because I don't want to. Not how I play Pokemon games. I go places, I kill trainers, I leave. That's how I play Pokemon. For fun. One thing that really annoys me is, like, I stopped battling all of the trainers in Scarlet because they all have one Pokemon and they just don't feel like they're worth my time.
Fighting trainers is honestly never worth it in that game, just because you can, if you need experience, you can just do those raid farms, and if you need money, just sell the stuff you get from raid farms.
I'm saying they only give you one Pokemon. Like, there's one Pokemon on their team. Why?
The only thing that's worth fighting trainers for is that at most of the Pokemon centers, there's like a league rep who says there's like 5 trainers in the area. If you can defeat them, you get a prize. But I think most of the prizes are not worth getting.
My biggest problem though right now is that I stick out my Pokemon. I'm like, auto battle, yes, auto battle, and they just keep auto battling. And the problem is, it's like 10 XP, 10 XP, 10 XP, and it's like, it's not even worth it. And I'm not even exaggerating. Oh, god damn it. I'm not even exaggerating when I say 10 XP. It literally gives me 10. 10. Can you believe this crap? 10 should never be possible from anything.
You solo run the game, you're like 20 levels over leveled. Of course it's going to do that.
No Pokemon should give 10 XP, ever.
It's called you're a higher level. Get over it. All right, I got a bunch more
Oh.
items. I'm gonna go sell them now.
Boss KO is basically saying I'm only like a minute and a half behind. That's interesting.
Behind or ahead?
Behind. I had like 2 more resets on Brock, so actually that's quite impressive that I'm only 2 resets behind, or 2 minutes behind.
Where can I get 400? Oh,
I
know where
have-
to get 400
I
bucks.
have 7 resets right now. That's what I finished with last game.
Yeah, Steve just can't get over the fact that in the newer games, if you're too high of a level, you get so little XP.
Yeah, well, it's just
If
a
you
flaw.
only gained 10 XP, you had to have been such a higher level than they were.
Well,
It wouldn't surprise me if you fought an early route trainer with a level 60.
they're like level 7s, and my Skeledirge is like 36.
Yeah, that's your problem.
I mean, they're probably like 12 to 16 now, but they were level 7s back when it was the thing that in between Crocodile or Crocodile or whatever. I'm quite happy. Quite happy. Speed told me that the Pokemon were not that good, because I convinced myself like they were worth catching. The raid battle ones. Turns out you can say no to catching the raid Pokemon. It still gives you all the rewards.
They're guaranteed catches anyway. Why wouldn't you catch them?
Because they're garbage. I caught.
Where can I get?
I didn't. I thought you had to catch it to get the reward, so I caught like 15 of them or whatever, and then I stopped catching them because I'm like, oh, you don't need to actually catch them. I'm like, why would I ever need a Wiglet? Wiglet's garbage. Why would I ever need a Meryl or whatever the heck the pre-evolved form of Meryl is?
Hey, John.
Hey, Speed. Hey, Steve.
Hey.
You're too quiet.
By the way, is there any way to make the legendary in Scarlet and Violet go faster? I feel like he's slow.
You have to unlock that ability later.
Okay, because he's slow as shit right now. I literally compared him to actual walking, and he's not that much faster than walking. Well, running, but you get my point.
I need it. Okay, I need to talk with it, actually. I don't think this is possible.
What run are you doing, Speed?
Beautyfly and Sapphire. I'm trying to get $70,000 before the 3rd gym, but I haven't bought anything. I sold everything, even my ethers and elixirs, and I'm still like $3,000 short, and I did everything.
Have you
He
sold
told
the
me
shirt
this
off
is
your back?
possible.
I heard this is what really, really poor people do. I'll take that as a no.
I'm gonna see if I can get Axew to make a literal route for me for this early section, just because I cannot figure this out. I mean, I guess the only way you could is if you don't do Blackout training for Roxanne.
The
'Cause
giant
before
rock crab.
before Roxanne, though, when I was forced to do Blackout training, I had to spend my $5,000. So if I didn't do that, I would have the money.
Oh, speaking of beating things, can you believe the gym? I only walked to 1 gym on Scarlet, and they wanted me to do free labor. And I'm like, heck with that. I'm just gonna walk around to the next place. Maybe they won't ask me to do them free labor, like it was a job. Like it was my job to help them do whatever the heck they wanted to do.
Okay, I'm gonna end this run. I've had to end 2 runs an hour in because of this. I'll just stop at that.
Annie, I don't remember which one it was, but I do know that since that first gym was like, hey, you want to do some free labor? I decided no, and I fought some big bird, that looked like the stork, you know, the one that delivers children. And then I also fought a giant, what do you call it? Not a Rhyhorn, but the other thing. Dawn Fan. And that's where I currently am. That's where I stopped. I have no gym badges, and I defeated 2 giant Pokemon.
Yeah, so Speed, you'll have to do Blackout training. You can't do Blackout training kind of like Stevens.
Okay, yeah, I think that's the error on Axu's part. He said to do Blackout training for Roxanne just because Beautyfly can't really do it with just Absorb because of the nose pass, and you need a super high level. But the problem is, starting after Roxanne, if I start with $0, it's literally impossible to get 70,000. It's impossible.
Yeah.
When I did the giant bird, I was so happy that it let me go on water. I'm like, man, I can't believe this legendary can't go on water. What a puss. It's like
you have to unlock that, I think.
I know, but when I originally went in my first like puddle, and it was like, you swam to shore. I'm like, this legendary can't go on water. How legendary are you?
It's part of the game story. He starts off as a pathetic Pokemon.
I understand.
But then the power of sandwiches.
It was funny. It was very funny.
It's not really a legendary Pokemon though, is it? If it starts off pathetic. It's weird how they change what it means to be legendary now. Yeah, with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. How you reckon, Steve?
I don't know. I've only done 2 things in the game. I don't think I have an opinion.
Oh no, but the fact you start with it in, you know, as your ride Pokemon, you know, the legendary, is it really a legendary at that point?
I mean, you can't
Or
use
like
it.
Starter, isn't it?
You can't use it, so it's more of a bicycle. More of a living bicycle.
Yeah.
I mean, if you put a face and a brain on this game's bicycle, that would be the equivalent.
Well, shouldn't they just make your stars do that?
What do you mean my don't read anything philosophy is not helping? Annie, it's the only way I'm able to cope with just how much this Arvid guy talks. He never shuts up. He just continues to talk over and over. This Arvid guy is the worst.
That's true.
I'll have to do the run later then. I just can't bring myself to do a fourth Beautyfly run. Because of that one flaw with the route.
I turn cutscenes off and Arvin still won't shut up.
I agree with you, Steve. That's modern Pokemon, like Gen 7 onwards.
Yeah, but Annie, I've beaten all the Pokemon games without reading them. I'd say the hardest one was Gen 4. That one had so much to do, and it really required you to read. Don't worry though, I didn't read any of the actual in-game text. I only read game guides online.
Honestly, Andy, at this point, they should just make it where they've got voice actors in the game.
I agree.
I mean, Pokemon Day is like 4 days away. Who knows what the new games will have?
I completely agree with John. The fact that Nintendo has not hired voice actors for most of their games, it actually pisses me off.
It's not Nintendo, it's Game Freak.
I understand, but
Mario has voice acting, Zelda has voice acting, Smash Bros has voice acting.
Okay, they have a little voice acting. It's a me. Mario is not voice acting. That's like a catchphrase.
They have to pay somebody.
Wario is not voice acting.
Well, what about the Zelda games? That's all voice acting, right?
That's different. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, Pokemon Day is like 3 days away. They're gonna announce a lot of new stuff, and who knows? Maybe the new game will have voice acting, although I doubt it, because
I
they
doubt it.
don't want to ever seem to do it.
I've also never played this Animal Crossing game, but whenever I see like top 10 videos of like games, and then they like put like clips from that game that I just mentioned, it never has any actual words. It's just really
That's
annoying.
their language.
No, it's laziness.
Yeah.
Laziness on whoever created the game's part. Really
Or what
annoying.
about when you talked? Or how about when you talk to one of the? My favorite one is when you talk to one of the other animals in your city, like one of the bigger, more aggressive animals. It's got like they talk in a deeper tone, like.
Yeah, it's like the Sims sort of stuff. Like the Sims have that.
I bet you that's the sound Snorlax makes.
The Sims are always like, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You just mastered the Sims language.
You've reawoken my headache. I've
Maybe
laughed
Psyduck's
so
just
hard.
giving you a headache.
You opened up the headache again.
Psyduck is giving you a headache.
I mean, look at its pose. Makes perfect sense.
True.
Believe it or not, other than Brock, like if you had just done what Gym Leader Matt did and given him the egg moves, I actually think that Psyduck wouldn't be that bad.
What egg moves?
Well, Gym Leader Matt gave it Psychic, Psybeam, Hypnosis, and Waterfall.
Wow. Pretty strong.
Yeah, we had a whole conversation about this at the beginning of the stream. Apparently, Speed's like, yeah, the dad Pokemon will give all of its egg moves. So it's like so basically, Speed and I were like, oh, okay. So apparently, Gym Leader Matt must have technically, air quotes, played Gen 2 with a Psyduck, got it the one egg move, then breeded it with another Psyduck and got the next egg move, and then breed it with the next Pokemon and got the next egg move.
No. That's not possible.
Hmm?
Because if you breed 2 separate instances of Psyduck, each with 2 different egg moves.
No. Each iteration of the breeding stacks the next egg move on top of the first egg move.
That's not how it works.
So like your first Psyduck will have Psychic. Then your next Psyduck, you're breeding it with another Pokemon that has Psybeams. Now this Psyduck, the next Psyduck will have Psybeam and Psychic. And then the next Psyduck after that.
Steve, no, that's not how egg moves work. That's not how they work. If you want the Psyduck to pass down its move as the egg move, it has to be the father. But you cannot pair it up with another Psyduck with a different move, because that Psyduck would have to be the mother, and the mothers cannot pass down egg moves.
Okay, but why do you keep on harping on this fact that the mother should just never have any move? Oh, I see what you mean. Where's it gonna get the move from?
Yeah, where's it gonna get the second move? The mother can't pass it down.
Okay, well, Gym Leader Matt apparently says he made a video. So if he made a video, then everything must be up on the correct board and legit.
Yeah, I don't think so. If he gave something more than one egg move and they didn't come from the same father, it's cheated.
Well, no, he said he explained everything in his Executor video.
Executor? I thought you said he did it with Psyduck.
Well, I mean, he's not going to explain it every video, is he?
All right, let me look at his Executor video.
Crap. I got cocky and I accidentally used wrong move. Oh, don't self-destruct while I'm underground.
One from like
no, not
egg
while I'm
move
above
one?
ground. How dare you? I'm starting to wonder if Dig is even the right move to use on Mach. Dang it. I feel like ice beaming or freezing the Mach is probably the way to go. Why don't you
The other one.
self-destruct while I'm underground? Oh, wow. Sludge did that much? Oh, right, EX attack. Never mind.
What were your thoughts on the amnesia Psyduck?
It doesn't exist?
It does.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, stadium.
Oh. Yeah, I don't do the egg moves in Gen 1. I did that one surfing Pikachu, but that was a separate Pokemon altogether. Boy, I really took for granted this Weezing hitting me with self-destruct while I was underground in run 1. That was a lot harder than I thought it would be.
So Psyduck, you get, if you beat Stadium with every single Pokemon in one of the tournaments, you'll get given a Psyduck with amnesia.
Which stadium? 1 or 2?
1,
Okay, just making sure.
just like the surfing Pikachu type thing.
Oh, okay. So this time, oh, right. Instead of doing Rival 5, I want to do Koga first. So I should probably defeat Erica. Annie, I wouldn't even call it an event. It's just beat Pokemon Stadium, like beat all of Pokemon Stadium 1,
All right,
and boom, get the surfing Pikachu.
All right, I'm back. I see what the mix-up was. There's apparently another step I didn't mention. You can only pass down one egg move, but if the father has any moves that the baby could learn by level up, it'll pass those down too.
That's
What he did is he got execute the egg move Mega Drain, and then he leveled up the father execute with Mega Drain. He leveled it up enough to get Confusion and Sleep Powder, and then the baby execute had those moves too, because it would get those by level up later. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, but
So yeah, that's a
Psyduck doesn't
feature I
get.
forgot.
But Psyduck doesn't get Psybeam, Confusion. Or I mean, Psyduck does not get Psybeam, Psychic. Oops, wrong move. Or Hypnosis via level up. So wouldn't that make it illegal?
Are you looking at? Want me to look at its Gen 2 set and see what you could get it?
Well, I'm saying. Oh, I did not look at its Gen 2 set because technically
Okay.
you're right. You
So
would.
basically. All right. So yeah, basically what I'm saying is, if the father has any moves that the baby can learn by level up at any time, it'll get those moves at level 1.
Gotcha.
So for example,
Gotcha. So look,
yeah,
you
for
might
example,
want to.
in Crystal, for example, Psyduck gets Hydro Pump at level 50. Let's say the father is a Blastoise and it has Hydro Pump. It's not an egg move, but the Psyduck will get Hydro Pump passed on at level 1 because it's a level up move, and it's not the egg move. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I'm talking about the other moves, the other ones that he backported. So does it get Waterfall, Psybeam, Psychic, and Hypnosis, like most of those via level up?
It says for Psyduck, Waterfalls and HM. Yeah,
Okay.
TMs can get passed down too. I should have mentioned that. But for the egg move, it gets Psybeam and Psychic as egg moves. I'm thinking Psybeam was the egg move, and then he taught the TMs for Psychic and Waterfall, and then had those passed to another baby. I think that's what he had to. Wait, it can't learn Psychic by TM. Oh, so it has to have been either Psybeam or Psychic. It couldn't have been both. Unless they can come from
well,
the same
he did
parent.
both, but let's be honest. Both. I mean, if he gets Psychic, he would just take Psychic.
Actually, hold on. If the father is an Espeon, Psyduck actually can get both.
Well, we're only talking about ifs here. If is good enough for me.
It is technically possible in Gen 2 to have a Psyduck with both Psybeam and Psychic. It is possible.
And then also Hypnosis and Waterfall, right?
Hypnosis.
All in the same Psyduck.
Theoretically, yes, but the only way to have have a father with all three of those is Smeargle.
Okay, but here's the... Wait, what?
Smeargle is in the same egg group as Psyduck, so if Smeargle is the father and it has all of those moves, all 4 of them will be passed down. Smeargle's like a little cheaty way of egg moves.
Well, Gym Leader Matt's here, and I'm sure he will agree that the father happened to be a Smeargle. Yeah.
That's the only explanation. If it has hypnosis, Psybeam, and psychic at the same time, it has to be a Smeargle. Kind of like we're playing that show. Like, what's that one? There's like this one court TV show about like there's the judge that says like you are not the father. This is what it feels like we're doing right now.
I've never seen it, but I think that's Mari Povich. I think that's what it's called, right? Boss, that's just a guess. I'm only piecing together what I know thanks to South Park. Because I think there's an episode where Cartman puts like a third ear on his head or something like that, and then he goes on Mari Povich, and then all of the other quote unquote freaks get mad at him for not being a real freak. Boy, I do not think I'm going to make 130. I am running out of time.
Little fun fact, actually. In Gen 5, and hey, John, in the Gen 5 Pokemon World Tournament, when you can fight Janine in the World Leaders Tournament, her Crobat has Hypnosis and Brave Bird, which is actually an illegal move combo because it's impossible for it to get both those egg moves at the same time.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it's a cheated Crobat. So yeah, Janine only got her way up the ranks for cheating because that's how bad she is.
True. The only thing I like about the Gen 5 World
Yeah, but she's got insider info on how to cheat. She knows a guy, aka her father, who knows Lance, who knows how to cheat. She knows a guy who knows a guy how to cheat.
They got all the gym leaders, got all the champions, but they don't have any of the Elite Four come back partly because of Johto. So Koga has to stay home because Janine's technically the gym leader.
Janine's only gym leader in title only. I don't think anybody actually considers her the gym leader.
J Rose did a thing. He's eventually going to post on YouTube. He did it on Twitch, where he went through the whole game with certain gym leaders' teams.
The Dry Bread did a few of those.
Yeah, Madrybread did that. I don't think J-Bread did it.
Except Madrybread did it where he was leveling up. You know? So he starts off level 5 and level 4.
I at first was a fan of those videos, but the problem is with them, they ended up being solo runs, like the Blaine one. Can I beat the game with Blaine's Pokemon? And then it just ended up being an Arcanine solo run.
Yeah, the reason I hate game runs. I would like them a lot more if they were done with like level cap rules, where in order to fight each gym leader, all of your Pokemon had to be the level of the ace. So yeah, well, you had to use everybody.
So what J-Rose did is he had them on the set level that they are at the gym, and you can't gain any more XP. Same exact movesets. Items exact same for the gym. So say 5 full restores for Brock, but you can only use it on one Pokemon, right? You know, because that's how the AI is programmed. So he went through the game with every single gym leader to see how far they could get, and have a guess of the only gym leader that actually made it past the Elite Four and past the champion.
Giovanni.
No.
Sabrina.
No. Koga.
But his Pokemon are only level
Minimize.
40.
Yep. School math.
Oh, speed's right. It's minimized.
Double team. Yeah. Oh, minimize. Yeah. Minimize beat Agatha. with Mark.
I'm pretty sure that I could win. I can beat the game with Giovanni's team.
No, he couldn't get past rival 6.
Steve, it has to be team and moveset.
And items.
Yeah, at 1 in 4 turns, according to a
Hold
random
on,
number
I'm trying to
generator, you
think.
have
I'm
use a
trying to
card
think.
spec. You don't.
Trying to think of his team.
Which team, Giovanni?
Yeah, Giovanni's team. Like, yeah, they're like 20 levels under level. I'm taking that into account as well.
You get guard spec with Giovanni.
Yeah, ignore the pointless stuff. I'm not thinking about that kind of thing. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of.
Rhyhorn,
I'm specifically thinking of badge boost moves that I get, and which I don't think there are any.
There's none.
Nope.
Yeah,
Very
that
low move diversity.
like yeah, I get dig, but I mean the Nidos have nothing.
Yep. Poison sting, body slam.
I mean Rhydon has fissure and horn drill, but he's slow as dirt.
Koga gets 2 X attacks per Pokemon.
Oh, here's an interesting question, which actually I think I pretty much know J Rose couldn't do it. So J Rose probably locked the level, which probably locked its EV training or stat XP training. I bet you I could probably lock the level, but keep the stat XP unlocked. And I bet you if I did enough stat XP training, I could probably still beat the game 20 levels under leveled.
That is possible. Like what you could do is use Pokebite to freeze the levels. And in order to refresh the stat XP, the only way to refresh stat XP is use a vitamin or deposit in the PC.
He made sure that there was no stat XP either.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, because that would I'm just saying that I bet you the stat XP could be the difference of winning and losing.
Honestly, having minimized an X attack,
I mean,
is the way that he
full-
beat most of it.
Not even full stat XP, half stat XP. Isn't that like half stat XP is like 20 in every stat?
I'm sorry, what are you talking about?
If you have half of your stat XP, aka a normal solo run, that's probably going to be like 20 in every stat by the time you get to the end of the game, right?
I don't think it's that much.
I think it is. I mean, I guess technically it'd be really easy to figure out. Do the whole PC thing that you mentioned.
I will say it's kind of funny that he beat it with Koga though. Of all the
Well,
the
yeah.
others
I mean,
he
you
beat.
saw me beat the game of
Because
Grimer,
remember-
right? I mean, it's that's basically what the run is.
But what's funny is it almost goes galore. You know, Johto Crystal Arcwoods. Yeah, Koga being melee 4, I mean.
Interesting. So I skipped the trainers in Silphco. I figured this is the only way I'm gonna beat the first run. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm skipping the trainers in both Sylph and Giovanni's gym here. I'm still gonna do oops. I'm still gonna do Victory Road. I'm not crazy. But I think by skipping these two, it will make up for the really bad Brock. Now, of course, it might just mean that I can't win, in which I'll just take a DNF. That's fine. The goal is to beat the first run. It's not to finish. Already finished. What I get? 130, like, and a half?
I love the music, Steve.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't read what the songs are.
Yeah, whoever uploaded them to that website left all the names in Japanese.
Oh, I'm missing a candy. Which candy am I missing? Oh, boulder candy. Yep. Strength candy.
There you go. It's the strength candy or the warden candy. The bolt. Actually, no, I call that the boulder candy. The one in Victory Road is the Victory Road candy.
Gotta freeze. No, don't get me wrong. It's not gonna matter. I'm gonna die to either Alakazam or.
Did you just freeze it?
Yeah, I did,
Nice.
but it doesn't matter. Yeah. Yep. Okay. What was I supposed to mimic? Was it agility?
On who?
Rival 6.
I don't know.
Huh. I can't believe I forgot something so important. Yes, yes. Thank you for the tail whips. The more the merrier for knocking out Gyarados. Oh, that was a crit. Ouch. Oh my god, my non-crit did as much damage as the crit.
Steve, I just checked. You didn't end up mimicking anything.
What are you talking about? I
Just,
mimicked agility.
No, on your first playthrough, you just beat him.
Oh, I must have lucked my way through.
You're at a higher level too, though. You're at level.
Well, yeah, I
6.
just told you. I just skipped Giovanni training and Sylph training. We're trying to beat the first run, but also having a much worse Brock means that we have to just have bad things happen. Like, we just have to do everything harder. Really? Worst part is Vine Whip is probably the move I want him to use. All right. This Gyarados is the pain. I can't believe I just got lucky with that many reflex. Raise a leaf. Darn it. One time I get... The worst part is I know there's nothing I can do to improve here. Gym leader Matt, I think, even showed, like, he got razor leafed like 3 times here. Like, there's not much you can do. Especially now that I'm even lower leveled than I should be. Okay. Okay, after this one, we're rook candying. Okay, well, if I can get hit by 3 tail whips, I can probably outspeed... Oh, no. No, never mind. I think 2 tail whips is probably enough to two-shot. Oh, wow. I froze the Gyarados. Nice. Nice. Okay. Raise the leaf. Darn it. I got lucky. I got lucky with the Vine Whip in the first 2, but I just didn't have enough HP going into it.
You keep freezing the Gyarados instead of the Venusaur.
Oh, I forgot to use the agilities. Now the Gyarados is a 3 or 4 shot.
I use it here, yeah.
Oh, that hurt. Why did that do so little? Must have used Reef.
How many Leers did you have last time?
2?
2 Leers and you used all 3 agilities. You?
No Leers, huh? Stop that. Problem is, if I'm get under 40 HP like I currently am, then when I get to Gyarados, it's gonna Dragon Rage me.
Yeah.
Or Bite. Phase will be the same. Well, we're really blowing it here at Rival 6. Ouch. Turns out the training is mandatory. Well, this is the problem when you set the bar too high. You do things that may be considered crazy.
Agility, yeah.
To try and beat the first one. And then when you don't beat it, you look really silly.
Alright, freeze. Cam.
The weird thing is that did so much less damage. I don't know why. I mean, I understand that I lose my badge boost. I think because the agility disappears. Oh darn! I was hoping if I set up the 1 extra agility.
What would happen if you use 1 rare candy? You would still level up after the Alakazam.
I mean, look, it wouldn't. I mean, there's no way it would make a difference. Look how close we are to a level up. Might matter for the damage rounding, but at this point, I don't know what we can do. We're like out of time.
Can you get our plant candy?
There's no time. I have 8 minutes to beat the game. That's like 2 more resets. Crap. How fortunate.
You missed all his Leers as well.
Oh crap, I didn't use 1 agility. Ouch.
No. A special drop, which is not good. Never does it when you want him to do it. Nice. Oh.
Come on, even with all those candies.
Oh. You even had crit.
He hasn't used Vine Whip since the very first attempts.
Yeah. just too bad it's not the first Pokemon because yeah. Oh, use Tail Whip and fail.
How in the world, even after the badge boost, that's not a 2-shot?
I have no idea. And Gig won't be a 1-shot.
I mean, I guess we're out of time. Might as well just use the rest of the candies now.
Yeah. How much training did you do in Victory Road?
I did all the training, which now we can't do at all. If we want to finish with like 1 minute to spare, we can't do any training now. It was crazy. I just realized we just used so many blizzards and none of them ever missed. Ever.
Huh. Don't jinx yourself. You guys first turn reflect, you plus. That's good, that's good. Alright, you got one tail whip, so you'll get the boost from that. Alright, let's see. Yep. That tail whip was needed to.
Yep.
That tail whip was needed. Yeah, that was a difference. You needed to use all your agilities and get tail whip at level 58.
I don't think.
Training
I don't.
Sorry.
I don't think there's enough train. Or oh god, damn it. Damn it.
Forgot strength.
Almost. I mean, to be fair, there's not enough time left, but oh well. What?
You got too much stuff in the bag, do you?
I never picked up the teeth. The whole run was doomed from the start.
Oh no. Here's why I like glitch you in. Just to finish off the run. You're not gonna beat your time.
Oh, we're done. Oh, that sucks.
That sucks.
Wait, no, I have it. I already have it.
Oh, you already got strength. You just forgot to pick up the rare candy.
Oh, I guess I had strength too. Oh well, not that it mattered. We were still doomed anyways. But at least now we can finish. Technically, we could try to finish. I did mention at the end of the first run that it was pretty lucky. 7 resets is pretty low.
Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy when I get a first run that's on the leaderboard. So rare not to play the second run better.
Yeah.
Team Movie Life, I had already beat the first attempt at this run at 1 hour and 30 minutes. This run went off the rails. As you can see, we're currently at 27 resets. So the run started out with just too many resets at Brock, and Brock already takes like 30 minutes or so to beat or start, essentially. So I was starting off the wrong foot, so I had to save time. So in order to save time, I cut out training. but unfortunately that training was really, really required. So it's been like a snowball of resets, and I'd be shocked if we could even win at this level. Be pretty nuts to win this level.
I was going to say, even before you use the rare candies, you got really unlucky with Rival.
Oh no! The fact that I was just probably a few levels too low was just unfortunate.
If you got one single crit or you got a freeze on the Blizzard, you would we'd be speaking a different tune from a Venusaur.
Oh, now that I think about it, I think I beat. Oh crap! I beat the rival at a lower level last time because I didn't use my candies all the way until Lance.
Yep, that's true. You had 11 rare candies for Lance.
Of course, crit. Not gonna lie, when I saw that cloister, I'm like, I'm gonna two-shot that thing, and the fact that it nearly killed me, a little shocking, a little demoralizing.
Surprised he uses withdrawal word gun.
Oh, no, of course.
Good.
The moment I saw that confused ray, I'm like, yep, that's how I lose. Oops.
Forgot to pick up the full restores, could you?
No. Oh, there.
Ah.
I have a distinct memory getting them.
Sorry. Gaslighting you.
I kind of hate it when I have a full restore from like the early point of the run, so now it's like in the middle. How dare you hit me and do so much damage? That was like so perfect.
This will be painful.
How so?
No, you got so lucky last time you did this one.
Oof. Interesting. If only I could badge boost. Oof. No, not confused, Ray. Ooh, wow. Not see that coming.
That's so good.
Did not.
Really the most random.
Okay, time for the hardest one. Well, maybe not the hardest one, but do I like Aggron? I'm very neutral to Aggron. I didn't really play it very much.
I'm not a fan.
Just
Got
popped
too
it.
many weaknesses and it's really slow.
Speed herd Aggron, and he had to pipe up.
Right. I just haven't had much to say.
What do you mean speed? How can you hate having solar beam?
Oh yeah, Steven's Aggron uses Thunder, Dragon Claw, Solar Beam, and Earthquake.
Such a good moveset though. How could you hate it?
No, Super Sonic, my weakness. Thank God Blizzard's the most accurate strong move in the game.
How much pain would
I feel like something's wrong with this Blizzard. It's never missed. I've used probably Blizzard like 60 times. I If I have missed, I don't remember it.
Hey, Speed, how much of a pain would it be to run the whole entire game of Pokemon Emerald with a special attacking Aggron?
I've played the game with regular Aggron and it sucked.
Yeah, but a special attacking one, how much pain would that be?
It'd be worse. Like at a point where I wouldn't even bother doing it because that's not fun.
But that would be an RBY Pokemon Challenges video. Playing the game.
I don't really like the kind of challenge runs that limit my moveset. Kind of like no TM runs. Those just don't seem fun to me.
They're not fun to me either. Pain is not fun. This is not fun. The reason why this is fun is because somebody else is with me and I'm not doing it by myself.
Yeah.
And by not by myself, I don't mean
with
with chat. I mean by like talking by myself.
Yeah. I mean, what I'm like a bad Pokemon that I think is fun to run, Shuckle, for example, is pretty fun to run.
Ooh. Speaking of
what
Shuckle, Scott just came out with a video for Shuckle. Oh,
Yeah,
and
I
he gave everybody else who has ever done Shuckle except me a shout out.
I heard that, but I think the reason he didn't was because yours was all shinies and it really wouldn't have been the same. Because yours just changes way too much of the game. Like, it changes the stats of the opponents. I think that was probably the reason. Either that or he didn't know you did it, because it was a long time ago.
It was old. It was 2 overlays ago.
And yeah, and besides, like, it was a live stream, not a video. I think if yours was a video, he would have mentioned it.
Probably. Either way, when I saw Scott's strategy for Shuckle, I'm like, it's so obvious. How did I not think of it? You know what it was?
What?
Think Ditto.
Struggle?
Yes.
Huh.
Struggle was the strategy for Shuckle. For the early game, at least. I compared my run to his run. He was 30 minutes faster in the early game than me because he used Struggle instead of Constrict and Bind.
Interesting.
Crap, all my moves are super effective against Rhydon. I want to get hit by Leers.
Jeez, recover.
I'll leave 1 recover.
Cool, you got 2. 3.
Okay, well, I pushed my luck apparently. He tried to gift me another one. Hyper Beam? Nope.
Oh, he tried to give you a weird.
I just realized he could have used takedown. That could have been bad.
Yeah.
Oh
Yes.
no! Or HP.
Oh, no.
Oh my
No.
goodness.
Oh, so much pain.
I
Hey,
saw
you
it
might
go
beat your
down,
first
though, but-
run.
Oh, that was.
So much pain.
I'm pretty sure this is slower than your first run, right?
Oh,
Oh, it is.
we're already 7 minutes slower.
33 resets. Dude, you played this run so bad.
Well, yeah, I'm like 10 levels lower.
Oh, please tell me you set up a goal.
No.
Aww.
Big
No.
dude.
I knew that first
You
run
knew.
was good. When I got that first run, I was like, that's leaderboard worthy right there. I don't know what I'm gonna get in the second one, but I'm gonna do my best to beat the first run. And it didn't work.
Would you do it? Would you do it for Amnesia?
Why do you keep saying that? Don't do it.
Well, it was a Pokemon Stadium thing, so Psyduck with Amnesia would be a lot easier run.
You know, Gym Leader Matt, I've made it all the way to the like the was it was it the snowy area of Elden Ring from beginning to that part twice now. And I don't know why. I just keep losing like losing my ability to play, or I keep getting distracted by the time I get to the mountainous area of Elden Ring, that I've never completed the game, but I've made it there twice. Also, this Alakazam keeps using Reflect on turn 1 every single time.
Can't use tail whip. No.
I don't know if Tail Whip's even gonna help at this point. We saw what would kind of happen. It's like we were so close yet so far.
Maybe just attack them.
Like we weren't able to like two-shot this Gyarados. We weren't able to one-shot the Venusaur. Like what do the badge boost even do at this point?
Yeah. Oh.
Interesting.
Nice.
Very
You had
interesting.
something out though last time, but you got crit last time. Hey, you won.
We're gonna embarrass him.
Surf it up.
We're gonna embarrass him. We're gonna knock him out with Surf. That's what you get, rival.
He doesn't have full restores.
It would have been. He does. If he's below 20% health, he has a 12.5% chance for full restore.
I forgot.
You're saying
It would have been
Steve
so
almost
funny
proved
if he
it
did
I
that.
forgot.
That would have
That
been
would be
so funny.
hilarious.
That's what you call BM. Bad manners. It's in a card game when you already have won, but you decide to do a whole bunch of other stuff and combos just because you can.
Has that ever backfired on you?
Oh, no, never. When I BM, I
wanna know
always
where
make
you
sure I've
fought-
won.
Where you thought you've won, just like now, and you've done surf, and then they use a full restore.
Well, in this game, I mean, anything could happen in this game. I don't think of all the things, but in a card game, it's a lot easier to think about all the possible outcomes. Because there's an expectation. In this game, I don't know everything about everything. But in a card game, I can. If my opponent has 0 lands, well, guess what? He ain't doing crap. All right, well, it was certainly a run. So if I recall, we had just eked out Growlithe by 1 game time minute. Luckily, that won't be a lot of leaderboard to change then. Tomorrow, let's see what we're doing tomorrow. Okay, we're up to 4 comments now. That's good. Oh, we got a 2-way tie. Last time I chose the tiebreaker, I picked Vileplume. We still got all day tomorrow until the 10 p.m. start time, so there's still a lot of time for you guys to like and post a redo. The highest like comment will get the redo. Right now, looking like either Charizard or Primeape, and if I have to do a tiebreaker, I will probably pick.
I'd just vote for Primeape.
I'd pick Primeape, just because I remember that being a very fun run, and I've also touted that Primeape's like the best fighting type because it's so fast. But quite frankly, I after playing Machamp in both Gen 1 and 2, I find it very difficult to believe that Primeape can beat Machamp. But never know. It's been so long since I played Primeape. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it really is the best fighting type. Guess we'll find out. Anyways, have a nice night, guys. I will see you tomorrow night at basically this time, like 45 minutes before this time. See you guys then.